Good evening and welcome to the Viking Sports Network. We've got Friday Night Lights here. First game of the season here for Tennessee High at home. Second game of the season overall. This is your host, CJ Manahan. I'm here with Micah Kennedy on what is a really beautiful evening, Micah. We didn't really get an opportunity to see a ton of what Tennessee High was doing last week because of the monsoon that took place in Blountville. Ran us right off the roof of the press box where we were trying to do our live stream from. And then from there, the weather was a massive factor. So tonight, it's beautiful weather. Get an opportunity to see what the Tennessee High is going to be able to do against another local squad in Elizabethton, non-conference here for the second week in a row. What are you looking for tonight, Micah?
Elizabethton has obviously been one of those local famous teams over the past decade, really. I mean, they had back-to-back state championships whenever just a few short years ago, and they've always been competing in their division and class for the past, really 10 years. Sean Witten, great coach over there, great program. It seems like they usually have a rotation of a ton of kids, but tonight it looks like we're pretty equal as far as numbers go.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. Elizabethton losing to Science Hill in that first game. Again, Science Hill going to be here at the Castle next week. Kickoff there.
That's a
good, nice.
Right through the back of the end zone.
Back of the end zone for a touchback, number 25 there. William Bowers, junior place kicker for the Cyclones. Tennessee High takes over. First possession here this evening. We'll see a little bit more of what they can do offensively. Obviously, it was pretty limited last week with the weather. Really took a toll on that game as soon as that storm came through. So we'll see what Jack Richardson, starting quarterback, and Cooper Boer in the backfield as well, and their mates can do here on this opening drive. As Richardson takes a shotgun snap.
Hand to Cooper Boer, and Elizabethton is there quick, gain of about 2. So, interesting formation, coming out in receiver stack to the far side of the field, as well as just having a tight end on this side with no wideout.
So kind of a tight formation there. Expect to see a run out of that formation. But again, 2 wide receivers to that one side. So we've noticed over the last 2 years, especially when Richardson's been in the game, they do like to roll him out to his left. From there, he's able to flip his hips and get it downfield, or he can take off and run. Richardson, good athlete. So we'll see exactly what we got. Same formation with Richardson in the shotgun.
Elizabethton running a 4-2 here. They'll hand to Cooper Boer, and he's got a lane. Gain of about 2 yet again. So This will bring up a very manageable 3rd and about 4.
Yep, somewhere in that range, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. So very similar looking plays here for those first 2 back-to-back, but a manageable 3rd down. Looks to be about 3rd and 3, 3.5. See what Coach Taylor here is going to call on the offensive end. Same set again, with Dane Music even tighter here, actually inside the tackle.
Again, Elizabethton looks like they're rolling up an outside linebacker. Richardson's going to keep. Elizabethton is there, and they will snuff him down for a loss of about 2.
The high snap there, I think, disrupted the timing. It looked like he was trying to hand the ball off to Boer there, but the high snap kind of ruined things. And nice job there by the Elizabethton front of shedding blocks and getting to Richardson before he could get outside. So Vikings go 3 and out on their first possession, and Richardson's going to step back to punt here after that. Really pretty good stand there defensively for Elizabethton. Didn't really give up much at all.
And I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. I don't believe the Vikings and the Cyclones have matched up in the better part of over half a decade here. So interested to see how it goes tonight, as he will field this right around the 45 and get this out the sideline across the 50 right at the 48.
Yeah, a couple of 19s there. 19 Zach Wallen and 19 Baron Harkless Road. Elizabethton and Tennessee High, respectively, there. Harkless Road with the tackle, Wallen with the return. So our first possession for the Cyclones is going to take place in Tennessee High territory at the Tennessee High 48 as the offense comes out for the Cyclones. Again, look like similar size. Neither team has a major size advantage on either line, it doesn't appear. We'll see exactly how that plays out going forward. Starting quarterback for the Cyclones, number 8, Rhett Slagle. Senior is going to be the guy that calls the plays. Kind of a similar formation. They look like we're going to bring somebody in motion there in that case, but false start is going to move Elizabethton back 5 yards.
And kind of interesting, a diamond bunch. You don't see that all the time, but it's a pretty effective power run scheme, especially with your quarterback. So interested to see if they go to that throughout this game.
Yeah, number 40. Jaden Wallen, a good-sized fullback, is going to be one of the focal points, I would think, for Elizabethton's offense here.
As they'll go with that same motion. He'll fake a pitch, and he'll step up. Vikings are there. He'll break a couple of tackles, and he's out across the 50 yet again. Got the yards back and a little bit more from that penalty, so this will bring up about a 2nd and 7.
Really nice play there by Slagle, kind of making something out of nothing. Isaac Stevens broke through, and I think he did a pretty good job of kind of snuffing out where they wanted to go with the screen. But Slagle was able to kind of slide out of that pocket area and was able to pick up about 5 or 6. So they're going to give him. They gave him, well, actually gave him 9 on that play, 2nd and 6. So good play there by Elizabethton to escape the pressure.
So really the same exact set as the Vikings were running that first drive, as fake jet sweep, just an inside zone here. And this will bring up a very manageable 3rd and about 2.5.
Nice tackle inside there. Looked like he had maybe a crease to exploit, but Tennessee was able to bring him down there short of the first down. So kind of a long 2 yards, maybe just shy of 3 for Tennessee High here defensively. And to your point, Mike, it looks like they're playing almost exactly the same formations on either side.
This right here is more of a wing T look, as just a straight give to the running back, and he'll break a couple of tackles, and he'll be right at that first down. It looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yep. Both defenses right now doing a pretty decent job in the front, not giving up a whole lot. Seeing a couple of basically a couple of 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of plays. And it kind of seems like both teams want to play that way. So Elizabethton does get the first down inside Tennessee High's 40-yard line, down to about the 37. 1st and 10. Nothing real fancy for either squad so far.
And Elizabethton really is stuck to a lot of motions as far as like eye candy, trying to get the linebackers to bite and then going back to that inside zone. So they've had players in motion practically every play. It's right here. We will roll up Riley Price, and he's open in the flat.
Overthrown, yep. Ball sailed a little bit there on Slagle. He had Wallen there open, but the ball was just a hair high.
And I mean, he could have chosen about any option right there. What popped open to me immediately was that flat route. I mean, there was nobody there, but you know, quarterbacks always want to hit the deep ball there. Sometimes get lucky when he doesn't take what we're giving him.
Discretion can be the greater part of valor in certain cases, but again, to your point, he just didn't have. He had multiple options there. The ball just kind of sailed on him as he was moving to his right. So ball fell harmlessly. So now we got 2nd and 10 from the 37. Again, that's got a 3 wide receiver set this time.
And it looks like we're going to roll over Riley Price. Go to a play action.
Yes.
Look, we are there. He is snuffed out by met first.
Looks like that was Isaac Stevens.
Isaac Stevens, yep.
Was there. And also number 55 is Erasmus as well in on that. So they're all going to share that sack. But really good pressure from the beginning. Vikings getting pressure really just with their front 4 there. So that's going to put Elizabethton in a long 3rd down, 3rd and 15 here. So we'll see how the Vikings decide to send more pressure or if they just decide to play coverage here.
Kind of a tight doubles look here, as they're just going to roll out immediately. And he's got a man down the field, and that will be caught for a 1st down. So Slagle rolls to his right and finds number 17, Justin Whitehead, for an easy 1st down. Kind
of a nice little over route there through the middle of the field. I like the idea of moving the quarterback in situations like that. Make the defense kind of have to, got to account for the run, obviously, there, but he was able to kind of throw that back across his body and find an open receiver.
Kind of a heavier formation here, as they're going to blow this one dead before it starts.
Tennessee High is going to call a timeout. A little momentum stopper there. But, just as we've seen so far, good mix of run and pass for Elizabethton on this possession. Keeping the Tennessee High defense honest, but also mixing in some rollouts and some, even a QB scramble there to be able to get to. So there's one thing there Tennessee High is going to have to account for is Slagle. It does look like he's pretty mobile, and he certainly showed the ability to throw on the run right there. So These guys that you really want to keep in the pocket. The one time that they did, they
At Friendship, we recognize how important it is for businesses like ours to support our communities. That's why we are all in on helping our neighbors, children, animals, and so much more. Friendship Cares uses proceeds from every car sold, every car serviced at every Friendship location for the many causes that need our help. Visit friendshipcares.com to see how you can join us. Friendship Cares. Together we can make a difference. We're dealing.
So he knows offense, that's
Yep.
for sure.
NFL Man of the Year, I think, at one point in
yeah.
time as well. So, you know,
Future Hall of Famer.
I'm a contemporary with both Wittens. Got a chance to play against both of them in high school. I'll tell you a funny story about Jason Witten later on when we have an opportunity. It's one worth knowing. So anyway, Tennessee High defensively here, going to try to get this drive stopped.
So kind of a shotgun wing T look here as they'll wrap the H-back, and he will pick up a gain of about 9. So good first down run following his H-back on a pull.
They're going to go quick here.
And they'll probably keep that same formation. They will. Throws his towel safely to the side.
Yeah,
and trying to
draw
draw us offsides,
yeah.
and they will.
Smart. It's kind of a time-tested concept. If you have a good gain on first down, get everybody up there quickly, and don't allow the defense to substitute, and then go with the hard count, and that's exactly what they did right there. So smart. It's going to give Elizabethton a first down inside Tennessee High's 10-yard line, down close to the 5.
And kind of maintaining a power formation here. Elizabethton will hand inside, and Tennessee High was there initially, but it looks like he might have
gotten in. They're going to mark him just short.
Down at the 1.
Good initial penetration there by the defensive line. Looked like Cobian was in there again, just couldn't quite wrap him up. A good job there by number 4, C.J. Mathis. Yep, running back, was able to break that tackle and fall forward. Picked up about 3.5 all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I don't know if I'm seeing double, but it looks like they have their own variant of Preston Fegans in the backfield.
Yeah, that's the other Wallen, Jaden Wallen, senior fullback, who is a very good-sized fellow.
And
he's going to be hard. So he fumbled it! Oh,
Ow.
Goodness. He didn't cross the line and just kind of fell right into the arms of number 28. That's Justice Wallen. So we got Wallens all over the place here.
That was a great hit by Cooper Boer to draw that thing loose, meet him at contact at the goal line.
And he had not crossed the line, so it's going to move the ball back to about the 3, it looks like. Oh, I don't know about that.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I ever saw him cross the goal line until that ball was completely out of his hands. But
we don't have replays tonight.
Yeah, we don't have replays. We don't have the best angle from where we're sitting to see that. But just on first glance, it didn't look like he'd gotten across the line. But referees got together, and they're going to give it to him. So Elizabethton breaks into the scoring column first. And now with the extra point is good. So we're going to see a 7-0 first quarter lead for Elizabethton here with Tennessee High about to get their second possession. So just looking back through what just happened there, again, Elizabethton took control of that football just inside Tennessee High's 50-yard line and just marched it down kind of incrementally. No real big plays outside of that third and long, but pretty smart football and mixing it up as well, keeping the Tennessee High defense guessing.
And, again, a lot of formations there, kind of formation on the Vikings to death, but overall just a good power running scheme that I'm sure if there's no adjustments, they'll probably try to stick to that.
So Tennessee High may end up having to bring another guy down to the box there to negate that. But, again, Slagle looks like he's good enough to kind of get out of the pocket and extend plays, and certainly has enough arm to get it down the field. So we'll see if Tennessee High has an answer here. Again, one of Tennessee High's touchdowns last week was a defensive touchdown. The offense, I know we're still really looking to get going here. Still without one of their main players on offense. We talked a lot about Elijah Plumbar last year. Suffered an injury kind of late in the season and is still working his way back.
And had the pleasure to coach that young man. One of the great, or I'm just going to go on a whim and say the best middle school football player I've coached to this point. Now in my 4th year of teaching, and Barron Harkle will duck that thing.
I think better than that. It's probably again, we talked about discretion. That was probably the right play there. That ball was kind of screaming at him and ended up just over his head. So
I like his duck and then putting his hands up in the air.
It was the right play.
That was pretty funny.
So Richardson's going to come back out, and we're going to see what Tennessee High does on their second possession. tried 3 running plays in the first and only ended up gaining about 5 or 6 yards total. So see if they start opening it up here. 3 wide receivers in this possession, in this formation.
Cannon Stolniker in the backfield, another young man I got the pleasure of coaching. And he's going to be met quick at the line of scrimmage. Elizabethton's front 7, they're playing pretty hard, playing pretty stout, not allowing anything up the middle.
So again, Tennessee High, again, the offensive philosophy there obviously is to test that middle first. If there's any softness there, then you make them adjust until they can stop it. Elizabethton on these first 4 places has decided they're not going to let much go through there, so we'll see what Tennessee High does to adjust in this case. Now with 4 wides in this formation.
Yeah, a good old trips look as it looks like Elizabethton is going to bring one of their inside linebackers. Richardson has a man open.
Nice.
Riley Price makes a great contested catch.
Good toss in there by Richardson. Again, just much like we described earlier, we'll see him roll to that to his. It's really kind of his weak side.
Got a flag down in this backfield. Let's see if this one stands.
And we got a holding call that's going to bring it back. But yeah, it's a really nice play there by Richardson. Shows off his athleticism, the ability to flip his hips and get the ball downfield. And Price was right there beyond the sticks. It was an excellent route combination and a really good execution on the throw. But a holding penalty is going to negate that. So. Going to bring the ball back all the way to about that 11-yard line. Tennessee High's into the field, so it's going to be 2nd and 19. Again, 4 wides.
Tough break after a first down pickup as Stolniker will get the ball again, and Elizabethton, that end, does a good job at squeezing to Cannon Stolniker and making the play.
I like Stolniker's approach, though. He runs behind those pads.
He
runs hard. Yeah, I can just
one
really
of the
tell.
hardest runners I've ever coached, for sure.
It's pretty obvious just watching him as soon as he gets the ball there.
Oh, yeah.
He lean forward behind the pads and really chop the feet. So if he gets loose, I imagine he's going to be hard to bring down. All right, so again, I'm going to go 3 wides to the right here this time.
Kind
Trips.
of a 3-man front here for Elizabethton as they got a screen and just a little bit to Harkle Road's right, and that one falls incomplete.
Execution was just a little off there. That was a nice play call, again, with trips to the right, bringing that kind of wide receiver screen back to the backside. I think that had some legs. If the throw had been on where Harkle could catch that in stride, but that ball falls incomplete, and we're back to punting formation here on 4th and 15. 4:23 to go here in the first. Elizabethton getting ready to get the ball back.
Richardson's punt looks like that one will be fair caught right around the, okay, he pulled up, but right around the 46-yard line.
Yep, right in there. It's 46, and we'll see.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. Elizabethton in that 4 wides here on this possession.
They'll trade over, more of a wing-back formation, and they'll pull that wing, and he will break a couple of tackles. He will head down the sideline. That was number 9, Sammy Osborne. So he was able to follow his H-back yet again. They like pulling those H-backs across the formation and then wrapping them to our backside middle linebackers, and right there, they had a lot of room to run. And
yeah, tough run there. Was able to break a couple of tackles and ends up with Elizabethton first down, right with the ball on the nose of the Tennessee High's 40-yard line. So we'll see what Elizabethton decides to do here. They are kind of opening the formations up a little bit, going with a few more wide receivers here, 3 on this one.
As right here, they will wrap that H-back yet again. He will follow him to the middle, and that time the Vikings make a great stand. Pickup of nothing.
56, Kai Allison with the play. Nice job inside, getting off the block and making a basic, you call it a tackle for a loss, maybe a quarter of an inch. Right? But 2nd and 10, nice play there by the interior of the Tennessee High defense. This is more of a 4-wide kind of spread formation here for Elizabethton on this play.
Straight up trips look with the back to that side end there. Going to get Fagans to jump. Looks like he was going to try to whip off the edge and just got a little bit too excited. And again, brought this up last week, of course, without a video. Vikings running a little bit of a different formation. It's mainly 3 down linemen with an outside linebacker rolled up to heavier formations.
Gotcha. And then they got quite a few defensive backs on the field as well. So kind of playing that more. I guess
it's a 3-3-5.
It's become kind of popular at the NFL level. I've seen with playing an extra safety on the field, kind of as either an outside linebacker or as a slot corner.
As right here, you'll really see that. And they'll roll up Boer, and he looks like he's going to try to go over the middle. Nice contested catch by number 19, Zach Wallen.
Yep, Wallen with a nice play there. Tight window, pretty good coverage there. Ball just over the outstretched hands of Frank Reed, and Hartleroad was there in tight coverage as well. So well-placed ball by Slagle, really where only his guy could get it. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first. Elizabethton going 4 wide.
Again, Vikings will roll over Boer. They'll go to a little key screen out here, and he's got a lot of space, and he'll have plenty enough for a first down. So
kind of soft coverage there on the right-hand side. Recognized really quickly there by Slagle. Just got it right out to Wallen, and he did the rest. So Elizabethton on the drive again here inside the red zone. First down just inside Tennessee High's 15-yard line.
Elizabethton doing a good job at spreading the wealth here. A lot of people have touched the ball early in this first quarter, and that trend looks to kind of keep rolling here as we've had Wallen have a reception, Whitehead have a reception. Of course, plenty of running backs have gotten the ball. And Slagle just being a good distributor of the football so far.
Absolutely.
And that wing will roll over again, and there goes that big man rumbling down to right at the first down. Looks to be about a 2nd and 1.
That's Jaden Wallen. In that case, we got Wallens all over the place on this. We've got a Jaden, we got Justin, and we've got Jaden and Justin. Jaden, Justin, and Justice. All right, so we got all kinds of.
Oh yeah, and keep your eyes peeled to Justice Wallen. He looks to be the guy that's going to take you to the play almost every time. He's kind of that wrapping wing that they want to get one-on-one with an inside linebacker, kind of try to do the dirty work. Is right here. They'll hand to Wallen again. He'll make a cut, and he is stonewalled.
Nice job
right
there. Boer got in there early and kind of disrupted the path that Wallen wanted to take. That's what you kind of have to do with the guys that are built like him. If you got to make him shuffle his feet, make him get off of the path that he's on, because if he's going straight forward, it's going to be tough to stop. So that actually is going to lead to a 3rd down. It was just shy of the first, so 3rd and 1 from the 6-yard line. And they've rotated another running back in back with Mathis, so smaller running back, even a tight formation here. 3rd and 1.
And handoff again. Again, those wingbacks will take you to the play nearly every time, as more than likely if someone is pulling, they are taking you into the play. That time, Mathis back in the game picks up enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cyclones.
Here comes Wallen back in. Short yardage back. That's going to lead us to the end of the first quarter, I believe.
Is this a pair of triplets here? Because they're all seniors.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
When
you look at the
Wallens.
Yeah. We're maybe a little slow on the uptake here, right? as my compatriots have said, they're working on 12-hour days here at the beginning of this, so we'll get there. We're working on it. So we're getting to the end of the first quarter here. We'll step away and get a few words from our sponsors. Stay with us here on the Viking Sports Network for second quarter action.
Who's that dog? It's Friendship Dog. He's the king of friendship. Dog knows cars and dog knows deals. That's why dog runs Friendship. You let that dog run that store? Not just one, he runs a bunch more. Friendship Dog, get off that core. Go sniff out some deals. No one beats this dog you see. It's Friendship, best price guarantee. Who's that dog? It's Friendship Dog. He's the king of friendship.
At Toyota of Bristol, we know our town is a good place to live, but it's a better place to buy a pre-owned car. From our huge selection to inspections by our factory-certified technicians and quality you can trust. We give you more, so let's go places. Shop Toyota of Bristol.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. Second quarter about to get underway. First down for Elizabethton deep in Tennessee High territory. First down and goal to go from the 3. As Elizabethton's just kind of been chopping away, again, no real big plays, but just real steady and moving the chains.
Yeah, extremely heavy formation here as they're going to do a direct snap to Justice Wallen, and he is going to fall forward for the touchdown. Yeah. So the Wallen brothers lead that drive all the way down the field for a touchdown.
Absolutely. This is kind of a really nice design on that one. I was not expecting to see a direct snap to the running back from that spot. Caught Tennessee High a little off guard there, too. But really kind of a nice play design to get that ball to him directly.
And I can kind of respect the play call because I've been watching and noticing this entire drive that Justice Wallen has been doing a lot of the dirty work inside as far as lead blocking goes. So rewarding him right there as he will send this extra point up and through.
Yep. Words from an old running back right there. You can always know when a guy's played in the backfield. Micah, obviously. His Tennessee High career spent in that capacity on the offensive side. So a quick 14-0 lead here for Elizabethton. 2 very productive drives, both about 50 yards. Again, we keep harping on it, but I think it's a true statement. It has just been kind of methodical. There hasn't been any major aspects to, other than one pass over 15 yards, I think, and everything else has just been, just kind of ground and pound.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Again, these wrapping H-backs, they're going to take you to the play a majority of the time. I mean, they're doing a good job at isolating our linebackers, getting hands on them early, and it's letting their backs run free for a lot of yards.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's again, you talked about Witten's offensive design. It's done with purpose, and obviously they've had a massive amount of success in his time as the head coach down there. That's not by accident. And again, I'm with you, having seen some of those Elizabethton teams from years past. I don't think this team compares, but they're coached very well, and they're executing at a high level as well. So, again, Tennessee High's offense still really hasn't gotten on track. Let's see if they open things up here a little bit on this drive. The one real positive play they had was a completion for about a little over 15 yards. Was negated by a holding call, but you're going to have to start moving the ball and maybe trying to push it downfield a little bit against this Elizabethton defense.
And I'm going to shout out William Bowers really quick. He has a heck of a leg on him. I mean, he just sent that one through the back of the end zone.
So, the special teams game, kicking can be a weapon for sure, and definitely from a field position perspective plays a big role in that. So, Tennessee High, third possession here, similar formation, 2 wides. With Richardson and it looks like Booher in the backfield.
Kind of a heavier set. That's actually Carter Smith, and he had a lane. He just kind of stumbled and fell right there.
And there's a flag on the play again, I believe. Man, that play had major potential.
Carter Smith, another one, had the pleasure of coaching.
Sideline warning. So a good positive gain, but one that could have been a major sort of gash play there. Yeah, Smith, another kid with a sophomore with a lot of talent.
Yeah, and it looked like he just kind of tripped over his center's legs there, as right here they'll trade Carter, and they'll give him the ball yet again. And
another nice run. He's going to be really close to the first down.
Bring about 3rd and 1,
yep. So again, Tennessee High rotating running backs. We've had Cooper Booher to start the game. We had Cannon Stallnaker on that previous drive, and now Smith gets his opportunity. It's going to be a 3rd and short. Here comes Stallnaker back in. A little more size in the backfield, so they can pick up this yard here.
And this is the first real 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll run to the line very quickly. Kind of that heavier Viking formation that we got very used to seeing last year with Fagans as the... Ooh.
So I think we had a formational issue there as we sit right next to the coaches, and the coaches were not overly pleased with where people were lining up there. So Tennessee High has to take a timeout. We're going to step aside, get a couple more ads in, and we'll see you guys shortly.
Bristol, Tennessee welcomes 35 new jobs this morning. Friendship Ford is coming to town.
Rain or shine, Bristol has Ford.
All right. Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. 3rd and 1 here. Tennessee High in a tight formation.
Elizabethton matching it, and Fagans is going to take a hop step and get plenty enough for the first down.
Good execution there. Nice blocks up front, and Fagans falls forward for about 3 yards, and Tennessee High picks up a Friendship first down. They have been hard to come by in this early phase, but that's very positive for Tennessee High. Again, rotating backs, keeping guys fresh, come with a couple of different formations there. I do like that. That heavy formation really worked well for them last year on several occasions throughout the year. So you'll see that come in on short yardage. So 2 wides, Fagans to the right. Here's Richardson with the snap.
And a wingback, Dane Music, he's going to lead in there, and Candace Stonecker is going to follow his blocker for about a gain of 3. So, again, tough running behind his pads. Stonecker always falling forward there. Nice run by a pair of sophomores on this drive, Carter Smith and Candace Stonecker.
Yep, and again, keeping the defense honest here. They're certainly looking for that, but one of these plays we're going to see Richardson probably pull that and either get on the edge himself, or we're going to see some over patterns where we can get Harkler Road or Price downfield. So, but good positive running so far on this drive.
And again, sticking to that same formation, they're going to fake to Stonecker, and he's got Fagans.
He missed. Yeah.
He had both of them. It's just rolling to your left as a righty. It can be kind of difficult to flip your hips, especially with pressure in your face, and hit your check down there. So
that's an excellent point, because I don't think he saw Fagans. Just from our vantage point, we're sitting right over the top of where that play took place. And it wasn't so much that he was just focused on Music. I just don't think with the defense chasing him there that he could see Fagans down the field just because of his body angle. But that was a really nice call. And Music definitely was open, but Fagans was wide open.
And
he wide open.
Running for another 20 or 30 there.
Completely behind the defense there. So, again, same formation. We'll see what Tennessee High does on a 3rd and 7.
As right here, they'll do the same exact play to the opposite side, and this time Elizabethton's going to cover it pretty well, as that ball will fall innocently incomplete, and that'll bring up another 4th down.
Yeah, I like Richardson on the move, give him that run-pass option, but that was really well covered by Elizabethton on that play. There just wasn't anywhere to throw it.
And again, Elizabethton, they kind of anticipated that it was coming to the other side, and they covered it pretty well.
Yeah.
So, again, an interesting punt scheme. I don't think I've talked about this tonight. 2 returners on punt return for Elizabethton, so it's worthy to talk about.
Yeah, and don't see that super often.
No, you don't. And Richardson will boot this one away.
A high, short punt.
And this one's going to be...
See if he gets the bounce. Does get a nice bounce.
And Boer will mark this one down right around the 30.
So the worst starting field position for Elizabethton here to get that rolling. So we'll step aside here as a change of possession. We'll get a couple ads in. We'll be back here shortly on the Viking Sports Network.
Whatever you call it, at Toyota of Bristol, we got it. Whether you're looking for the hottest models or the latest rides, the perfect family adventurer or a road trip champion, it's all yours. Find your new Toyota from Toyota of Bristol today. We give you more.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. Elizabethton takes over at their 30. 3rd possession. They've been successful on their first 2, and they've now spread out to four wides.
Yeah, kind of the widest formation they've had so far, as right there, Slagle's going to make a good move and pick up about 6 or 7 yards. Right there, I mean, he was dead to rights in the backfield. He made a quick spin move and turned nothing into something.
Second time he's done that. Tennessee High getting pressure in that initial phase, but Slagle's kind of slippery. It's been hard to bring down. Picked up about 5 on that play, and what looked like it might have been a sack scenario. But he was able to pick up 6. So 2nd and 4 from the 37. Again, that 4 wide set, and now motion.
So just kind of a jet fake here, and it's going to be a read option for Slagle, and Fagans is there. Pick up just about 1 yard.
Yeah.
So Fagan's a great player who is able to always play his read key, and right there he saw that Slagle kept the ball, and like a heat-seeking missile, he got him before anything dangerous happened.
Really only picked up about a yard there, so it's going to be a long 3 or 4 here on 3rd down inside of Elizabethton's own 40-yard line. Again, nice play back. We've talked a lot about Preston Fagans in his contributions, but he is, just a warrior defensively. Guy that's been in the middle of his defense for several years now. All right, so it's going to back Elizabethton up. A little legal substitution there. Broke the huddle with 12 guys on the field. And now that's going to move it back to really close to a 3rd and 9, I think.
So really the first bit of difficulty this Elizabethton offense has faced all night long.
Going to end up being 3rd and 8 or thereabouts. Elizabethton's going to take a timeout. We'll step aside here and get a commercial break in. We'll be back here shortly for 3rd down here in the second quarter.
In Bristol, Viking athletics are more than just games. They're our community. They're our pride.
And here at Johnny Brusco's, we're proud to be part of the same team.
Whether it's after a big win or just dinner with friends, Johnny Brusco's is where we come together.
We're honored to support Viking athletics and our community.
So when you're hungry, make the call we always make.
Johnny Brusco's, we're on your team.
Game day starts at Johnny Brusco's.
Injuries don't wait. Why should you? At Appalachian Orthopedics, we're proud to offer access to an orthopedic specialist whenever you need it. Simply walk into any of our orthopedic urgent care clinics, call for a same-day appointment, or connect with an orthopedic specialist 24/7, 365 days a year for free virtual support through OrthoCare Now. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com or scan the QR.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. 3rd and 7, overthrown. I'm not really actually sure which receiver that was intended for, as we had 2 in the same area. Went over the head of number 9, Legend Pate, and I think maybe he was trying to hit Wallen, but that ball went high on him there as well. And Tennessee High gets a stop on 3rd down, so that's a big play for Tennessee High, getting an opportunity to get the ball back as Bo Utzman heads back to receive this punt from number 17, Justin Whitehead.
Another sophomore that, again, had the pleasure of coaching. So this team is a very young Tennessee High team. Don't know that we've seen many sophomores start as frequently as we've seen this season, as Utzman looks ready to field this one right around the 30, and he'll just fall on it.
It's probably the better play there. It looked like it maybe was going to roll to him with an opportunity to return, but he's sure-handed back there and is able to fall on that, as Tennessee High is now going to take over in between. Looks like at the 27-yard line is going to be 1st down there. Yeah, to your point, Micah, the sophomore class we talked quite a bit about. Obviously, we are fortunate to have Micah in the idea that he's been able to coach several of these kids as they've come through Tennessee Middle School, and now we're starting to see them get their first real taste of varsity action. We saw a lot of these guys play last year as freshmen in games that had gotten kind of out of hand, but now they're going to be regular contributors.
As right here, they'll hand to Stoniker yet again, and Elizabethton, nothing given. As sorry, that was Cooper Boer on the carry. They're kind of built very similar.
Yep. And it's kind of hard to distinguish between a 9, a 6, and a 5, which is what we've seen so far. But anyway, short gain there on 1st down, about 2 yards. Really love to see these backs get on the edge to see what they can do, because this interior of this Elizabethton defense has been stout.
It looks to be like their most stout unit, too. As you look on the outside, as right here, Richardson's going to roll to his right, and he's going to throw that one.
Yeah, good coverage there. Ball intended for Price, but he was bracketed there, and it's probably the right play by Richardson to get rid of that one. It was not going to be a pass that was going to be completed easily. So Tennessee High quickly into 3rd down, 3rd and 8. 6:45 left here in the first half, and what has been a pretty quick moving first half. A lot of action on the ground has kept the clock moving. But Tennessee High with an opportunity here to maybe pick up their first kind of 3rd and, this wouldn't be called 3rd and long. It's definitely more than 3rd and medium. So we'll see what we go with 4 wides here.
Yeah, again, kind of a wider set here for Tennessee High, as Richardson's going to look to the backside, and he's
nice.
On Harkle Road. He makes a great grab, and that'll be plenty enough for a 1st down. Gain of about 14 right there.
Really accurate throw there by Richardson. Put it right on Harkle Road. Those are my favorite kind of timing routes there, as he threw that ball before Harkle Road even got out of his break. And the ball was right on Harkle Road's hands. He was just maybe 1 step away from breaking that one. But a really nice 3rd down pickup there for Tennessee High as we move to 1st down on their 45. 4 wides again.
Elizabethton sticking to their 4-2 look, as they're going to keep with Richardson. He's going to make a move to the outside. He's going to make a move back inside, and he'll pick up about 8 right there.
Nice little piece of ball handling there by Richardson. I thought that was going to Boer as well, but he was able to make a couple little moves right there to get to the outside, turn the corner, and picked up about 7, I think they're going to give him. So second and short. This is the type of situation you want to Tennessee High's offense wants to operate out of, that second and 3, or really second and less than 5. Now they're into Elizabethton territory.
And
again, sticking with that 4 wide set.
Been curious to see if Richardson was going to pull that all night, and he finally does and gets a pretty good gain out of it. As right here, Elizabethton's going to roll up their outside linebacker.
Oh, no, yeah.
He's going to get stripped.
It's a really nice play there by...
That'll be Elizabethton's football unless...
We've got a flag on the play. It was a nice play there by, I think that was Justice Wallen. You could see him kind of just really kind of raking at that ball and was able to get it out, but we got a flag here first. Oh, we're going to actually call him down. So no flag. I think we may be just marking the spot with this flag there. That was a fortunate play for Tennessee High to say that Boer was down. I don't know that that was the case. Just looking at it, because we're sitting right here on the 50-yard line.
I don't think a knee touched.
It didn't look like that knee was down, but Tennessee High catches a break there as they're going to keep the ball. 3rd and medium here at about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Again, yeah, with down 14, you might have 2 plays here to get a first down as we're coming down to the 5-minute mark.
Smith back in the ball game. Riley Price and... looks like Harkle Road right there as they're going to try to get something with Smith. But, again, that Elizabethton front defensive line is just not giving anything.
Yeah, looks like they're going to kick it away here. So, tough defense there in that interior. Elizabethton really just not giving anything away. The 2 Wallens in the middle, as well as their defensive line, is just making that really tough sledding through there as Richardson drops back to punt. So a productive drive there that moved the ball across midfield, but kind of bogged down there on that after those 2 first downs.
That's right here. Richardson will boot yet another one away, and that's a pretty good punt that will look to go through the back of the end zone.
It is going to just barely get across the line. So we're going to switch possessions here. Elizabethton going to take control with just a little bit less than 4:30 left here in the second quarter. We're going to step away and be back here shortly on the Viking Sports Network.
In Bristol, Viking athletics are more than just games. They're our community. They're our pride.
And here at Johnny Brusco's, we're proud to be part of the same team.
Whether it's after a big win or just dinner with friends, Johnny Brusco's is where we come together.
We're honored to support Viking athletics and our community.
So when you're hungry, make the call we always make.
Johnny Brusco's, we're on your team.
Game day starts at Johnny Brusco's.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. Elizabethton takes over. Running play here on the first go-round. Looks like that is number 9, Legend Pate.
What a name.
Yeah, great
Legend.
name. Legend Pate. That's high level to sort of live up to.
We've had to deal with this young man for the past 3 years, and I'll tell you, heck of a football player. True freshman right there.
Yeah. So he picked up about 4 on that first down play. Elizabethton now in that 3 wide set.
Right here again, they're going to fake to Legend and hit a little comeback route, looks like to number 7, Justin Whitehead. So again, Elizabethton doing a good job at distributing the wealth here. A lot of players have touched the ball tonight. And again, that trend looks to be maintained throughout this one.
Both teams really rotating a lot of guys through. A lot of guys getting touches. And then, I mean, from an offensive perspective, it's kind of what you want. Get as many of these guys involved as you can. The talent on both sides. So going to go trips to the right on the short side of the field.
As right here, they'll do a little outside zone to Legend Payton. He'll make a move and spin back inside for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, nice play there by Fagans, cutting out that, forced him kind of back to the middle where his help was. But he did pick up a nice about 5-yard gain there in that first down. It's kind of a hurry-up offense here, the kind of 4-minute offense as they tend to call it at the higher levels. But I think that's kind of what Elizabethton's looking at here. They're not in a huge hurry, but they're getting to the line quickly and getting calls come in from the sideline.
And again, I'd watch this H-back right here. He'll probably take you to the play, as he will. Payton will get the run yet again.
Good stick inside there. It looked like for a second that Payton might have actually bobbled that ball, but he was able to hold on to it. Kind of a minimal gain there. And now we've got 3rd down and about 3, it appears, just inside of the Elizabethton 40-yard line. Again, 4 wide set, and Pate in the backfield. So it's kind of been the same formation for each of these plays.
Tennessee High is set up in their true 3-man front here, but they will bring over Riley Price and Cooper Brewer. It looks like we got a double edge here.
Yeah.
Elizabethton's going to call a timeout. They might have seen something.
They saw that kind of blitz coming there. It looked like Tennessee High was going to bring 5 for sure, but Elizabethton calls timeout. All right, we'll step away and be right back here to bring you the rest of the second quarter here on the Viking Sports Network.
It all began right here in 1993 at a single Ford store in Bristol, Tennessee.
Rain or shine, Bristol has Ford.
With Friendship's great deals and legendary customer service, we've now grown to 21 locations, 9 cities, in 5 states. Anywhere you are, any car you want, you've got a friend nearby.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here before halftime. Elizabethton kind of in that area here where they're not trying to do too much because they certainly don't want to turn the ball over, but also have been decently aggressive kind of when they've seen the right formations. Coach Witten's been getting his guys up to the line so he can kind of see what the defense is doing and then kind of calling the plays from there, it looks like. Here they got a 2-back set with 3 wides.
And again, I would almost guarantee that that H is. Oh, got kind of a little shovel option here.
Nice play by Price. Yes,
snuffed out by Riley Price perfectly at the line of scrimmage.
Different wrinkle. We hadn't seen that so far, but Price made a really nice play there. Snuffed it out. Got his outside shoulder there to get leverage, and then was able to size up the running back and bring him down. So I think it's going to force a punt. Really nice play there by Price on the edge. One of those guys that has really, really improved throughout his career. He kind of burst on the scene last year, had some really good games all the way through on both sides of the ball, now a senior leader on this team.
So
Riley Price will shout out there, but he deserves it. All right, so Utzman back to receive the punt. Whitehead getting ready to boot it away.
And this ball is away. That one looks like it'll be fielded right around the 25 by Utzman. He'll make a move, try to get to the outside. And he's got
out there,
over here. And
still going.
He's out across the 40. Pretty good return by Bo Utzman.
Really nice play there. Set the blocks up nicely. I'll shout out Dane Music right there. He was in prime position to block a guy in the back right there. But he recognized it and just kind of slid to his left and just got in the way. So many times those get called back because of a push in the back right there. But he recognized he was in that position. And instead of going through the guy's numbers, he just kind of slid to the guy's, would it be to his left. And as Utzman took off that way, he just got in the way and was able to kind of help get that play sprung. Nice play there on that special teams. Music's made kind of a career as a special teams guy here.
Yep. And it looks like Richardson's going to roll to his left. He's been kind of known for this, and it looks like
a little shovel pass.
By Bo Utzman, and
I like that.
He'll pick up a gain of about 6.
All right, got still over a minute to play, and Tennessee High still does have a timeout, so plenty of time here as long as they get to the line quickly and get these plays moving. Got trips to the right here with Utzman on the short side of the field.
Again, Elizabethton sticking to their 4-2 look, trying to match numbers at the outside. Richardson, straight drop back here.
Got him.
Have a man over the middle, and that's caught by Riley Price. He's going to turn upfield. This is going to be a Viking touchdown.
Yes.
What a play by the Vikings.
Excellent read right there. Price kind of slow played that. I don't know if he caught that. He came off the line kind of slow and let those other guys clear, and the middle of the field was wide open. And Jack Richardson put it right on him. I think Price was actually kind of surprised that there wasn't anybody there to hit him. But there was the middle of the field head was completely vacated, and he's able to take it to the house. Nice big-time play there for Tennessee High with less than a minute to play here in the second quarter.
We got more than a football game right here.
Yeah, big time.
As this one will be put up and through. That is number 12.
Dexter Dishner, junior kicker and punter. So Tennessee High, out of nowhere, gets a couple of nice positive plays there through the air and then hits the big one. Richardson to Price for the big strike, and Tennessee High cuts the lead in half as we approach the end of the first half here. So big-time plays, big-time players there. We just shouted out Price. He must have heard us. Right? He said, "Okay, I'm gonna live up to that hype," and he certainly did. Big confidence booster there for Tennessee High on that drive, and again through the air primarily.
Oh yeah.
So
and just playing that play back in my head, it's kind of funny that you said Price was almost surprised that nobody hit him. He turned, and when he caught that ball facing Richardson, and when he turned around, he kind of double glanced like, is it just me?
I'm really this open. Yeah, and he just turned and took it all the way. So big time play for Tennessee High. Now the idea is to get to halftime, try to make sure that
that may be something to build off of, though, because it looks like we may have speed in space when it comes to throwing the ball around here.
Agreed. As we'd mentioned, it's tough running through that front seven, so it may cause a little bit of a little change in terms of how Tennessee High is going to approach this in the second half.
Fielded by Legend, and he'll make a couple of moves and be tackled by Frank Reed and Dane Music. Again, special team enthusiasts.
Yeah,
it
guys,
seems like if there's a kickoff, those two are almost always the ones making the tackle.
They are definitely the folks that you'll see most often on kick and punt returns. Dane Music, I think as a sophomore maybe, really came out and established himself especially on the kickoff return team as a guy that was always around the ball. Now he's a senior leader on this team now. Guy that's going to play defensive back, and he'll also play kind of an H-back role on the offensive side. So now Tennessee High's the whole thing's got to be keeping the ball in front of you here. And I think we're going to have another timeout.
Only had 10 out there for Elizabethton.
Yep, Elizabethton has to use their final timeout, which is a kind of a big deal there in that case. A little bit of miscommunication as far as that's concerned. So we'll step away, get a few words here with 38 seconds left in the second quarter.
Under the lights of the Stone Castle, Viking pride shines.
And Johnny Brusco's is proud to be part of every moment.
From big wins to family dinners, it's where we come together.
Johnny Brusco's, we're on your team.
At Toyota of Bristol, we know our town is a good place to live, but it's a better place to buy a pre-owned car. From our huge selection to inspections by our factory-certified technicians and quality you can trust. We give you more, so let's go places. Shop Toyota of Bristol.
Under the lights of the Stone
Welcome
Castle,
back to the Viking Sports Network.
shines.
38 seconds left
Johnny
in the
Brusco's
first half. Tennessee High with a quick strike on that last drive to cut the lead from 14-0 to 14-7, cut it in half. Now, Elizabethton took their last time out there on that last play to avoid a penalty. So now with 38 seconds, they cannot stop the clock unless it's the ball gets beyond the sticks or they get out of bounds.
They'll bring over Wallen again on a drag. Looks like they got a deep crossing route, and this one will be batted down. Great play by Barron Harkleroad and Bo Utzman. Yep. Great positioning as we had two there. Could have very well been intercepted.
Yep. It's kind of a daring throw there in that scenario. Maybe the first time that Slagel's really kind of put the ball in danger, but it fell harmlessly to the turf. And we're going to see 2nd down and 10 now with just 7 seconds coming off the clock on that play. But, yeah, those balls over the middle, especially when they're thrown in between coverages, he's been able to fit some tight windows here early, but that one was a dangerous throw.
Tennessee looks to be bringing Fagans across the edge as little key screen here, and they'll get out of bounds. Looks like right at the first down marker.
That'll probably move the chains. Again, kind of a safe throw. They're actually going to call it short, so it's going to be 3rd down. Actually, no, well, they just changed it again. I'm confused. They've got the first down marker here, and then the guys.
It looks like they're bringing them over. Okay.
The chain gang wasn't convinced, right? Now they've been convinced, so it is 1st down. 26 seconds left. Again, that clock is working against Elizabeth, and again, Tennessee High can make a tackle in bounds here. It's going to make it pretty tough.
Wide look here as
there it is. Nice play.
Just a little quarterback draw, and Frank Reed was not fooled.
Not even slightly. In that case, that's probably going to end the half, and it is. Slagle went ahead and took his helmet off. He's leaving the field, and that's going to take us to halftime. So all of the momentum here on Tennessee High's side as we head to halftime. Coach Holt and his guys got to be feeling good as we come out through the second half. So stay with us here on the Viking Sports Network. We're going to have plenty of halftime entertainment for you here. We'll be back to bring you the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter, second half here in about, it's going to be 20-25 minutes, so stick with us there. Elizabethton will have the ball as we start the 3rd quarter.
Whatever you call it, at Toyota of Bristol, we got it. Whether you're looking for the hottest models or the latest rides, the perfect family adventurer or a road trip champion, it's all yours. Find your new Toyota from Toyota of Bristol today. We give you more.
The Robinette Company supports Viking athletics. We are one of the Tri-Cities' premier manufacturing companies with over 400 skilled and dedicated employees. Just like the Viking athletes, training, dedication, and teamwork are the cornerstones of our success. We supply flexible packaging to many of our nation's finest products, such as Moon Pie, Royal Oak Charcoal, Pillsbury, King Arthur Flour, Great Value, Food Club, and many others. Join our winning team and apply online at therobinettecompany.com. An equal opportunity employer. Go Vikings!
Whatever you call it, at Toyota of Bristol, we got it. Whether you're looking for the hottest models or the latest rides, the perfect family adventurer or a road trip champion, it's all yours. Find your new Toyota from Toyota of Bristol today. We give you more.
Injuries don't wait. Why should you? At Appalachian Orthopedics, we're proud to offer access to an orthopedic specialist whenever you need it. Simply walk into any of our orthopedic urgent care clinics, call for a same-day appointment, or connect with an orthopedic specialist 24/7, 365 days a year for free virtual support through OrthoCare Now. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com or scan the QR code.
Individual effort, dedication, and a positive attitude combined with team spirit are the key elements of winners. The Robinette Company has positions available for people who want to join our winning team of over 400 employees. We proudly provide flexible packaging for many of our nation's finest brands like Moon Pie, Royal Oak Charcoal, Pillsbury, King Arthur Flour, Great Value, Food Club, and many others. Apply online at robinettejobs.com today. An equal opportunity employer.
The Robinette Company supports Viking athletics. We are one of the Tri-Cities' premier manufacturing companies with over 400 skilled and dedicated employees. Just like the Viking athletes, training, dedication, and teamwork are the cornerstones of our success. We supply flexible packaging to many of our nation's finest products, such as Moon Pie, Royal Oak Charcoal, Pillsbury, King Arthur Flour, Great Value, Food Club, and many others. Join our winning team and apply online at therobinettecompany.com. An equal opportunity employer. Go Vikings!
At Toyota of Bristol, we know our town is a good place to live, but it's a better place to buy a pre-owned car. From our huge selection to inspections by our factory certified technicians and quality you can trust. We give you more, so let's go places. Shop Toyota of Bristol.
Injuries don't wait. Why should you? At Appalachian Orthopedics, we're proud to offer access to an orthopedic specialist whenever you need it. Simply walk into any of our orthopedic urgent care clinics, call for a same-day appointment, or connect with an orthopedic specialist 24/7, 365 days a year for free virtual support through OrthoCare Now. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com or scan the QR code.
Under the lights of the Stone Castle, Viking pride shines.
And Johnny Brusco's is proud to be part of every moment.
From big wins to family dinners, it's where we come together.
Johnny Brusco's, we're on your team.
Whatever you call it, at Toyota of Bristol, we got it. Whether you're looking for the hottest models or the latest rides, the perfect family adventurer or a road trip champion, it's all yours. Find your new Toyota from Toyota of Bristol today. We give you more.
Under the lights of the stone castle, Viking pride shines.
And Johnny Brusco's is proud to be part of every moment.
From big wins to family dinners, it's where we come together.
Johnny Brusco's, we're on your team.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. I'm your host, CJ Manahan, alongside Micah Kennedy. Second half action getting ready to start. Tennessee High with a quick strike there towards the end of the first half cut this lead right in half from 14-0 to 14-7. As we said before the break, Elizabethton is going to get the ball first as Dexter Dishner is getting ready to boot it away. We'll see what the Tennessee High defense has cooked up in that aspect. Really nice adjustments on offense, some weapons through the air. With Riley Price catching a touchdown pass with just under a minute to play. We'll see if Tennessee High can keep that momentum going into the second half.
As Dishner will boot this one away, and it's a pretty good kick. It'll be fielded right at the 10-yard line by Mathis, and Mathis is going to make a couple of moves, cut back in the middle of the field. He is met by Cooper Boer and Bo Utzman.
Got a flag on the play there, too. Looked like maybe there was a late hold or something like that. Good job, the Tennessee High kick team. And it is going to be a holding. So it's going to back up Elizabethton here to start this drive, about 10 yards. But nice job by the Tennessee High staying in their lanes there. Because again, Mathis made a pretty nice cut to try to get outside, but there was a couple of Viking defenders there waiting for him. We were able to bring him down. So Tennessee High defensively. First two drives didn't have a whole lot of answers for what Elizabethton was doing, but as that half progressed, got a couple of stops and got the ball back to their offense. We'll see what they're able to do here as Elizabethton comes out with just two wides.
As the last two drives there, they were able to stem them out as Wallen is tackled for a loss by, that looks like Preston Fagans. Who else?
Yeah, Fagans busts through there, read his keys really well there, and Wallen just didn't have a chance to get going. Really nice play there by Fagans for a loss of about 3 or 4, it looks like. So Elizabethton backed up due to the penalty, and then on the first handoff lost 4 yards. 2nd and 14 now from just outside the Tennessee High 10-yard line. Excuse me, their Elizabethton 10-yard line.
Tennessee High staying true to their 3-man front is right here. They're going to bring Cooper Boer off the edge, and Elizabethton is able to hit a little comeback route for a gain of about 9.
Yeah, so it's going to end up with about a 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and 5. Kind of a combo route there, short to and intermediate. Slagle was able to roll to his left and hit the intermediate route. But because of that loss on 1st down, it does lead to a 3rd and about 5.
A little bit of the open discussion going on the Elizabethton sideline, trying to figure out what they're going to do on this 3rd down play.
And towards the end of the half, that's kind of the way they went. Get everybody to the line and then kind of run the play in from there. Again, just 2 wide, so again, pretty heavy set.
Wallen, in the backfield, as he's been the wing most of the time, as right here they're going to try to hit an out route to number 17, and they will. Whitehead is down the sideline, and he will be chased out by number 14, Gannon Meyer, a freshman right there on the play.
Really well-placed ball. Looked like it was floating a little bit, and Tennessee High defender maybe tried to undercut that, but it was able to find the receiver, again, number 17, Whitehead. He turned it upfield there as well. And put in a nice gain out to Elizabethton 45-yard line. So Elizabethton coming out throwing a little bit more here to start the half.
And again,
2 wides and a tight set here with Wallen in the backfield.
Looks like they're sneaking Fagans up as he's going to blitz through that A-gap, and Wallen, he's going to make the tackle.
Picks up about 4 yards.
Linebacker duo will make the play there.
4-yard carry there, thereabouts. So a mix of run and pass here for the Cyclones as they start the 2nd half. Coming up on the Tennessee High 50-yard line.
And I got to brag about him. I think every game, but Preston Fagans just plays football at an extremely high level. He is one of the best that I've seen at scraping and just finding the ball almost every single play.
Yeah, very physical guy, but also very smart, and you can tell just by how that works through. Nice job there inside. Number 60, Ryan Samora looked like with the tackle there. Not much of a gain, if any.
Nope. Samora was able to get that one quick.
Yeah. So 3rd and 5 again. Nice job by Samora to shed that block, and he was able to make that tackle right on the spot. Gain, minimal gain, about a half-a-yard gain. So 3rd and 5, I believe, is what we're going to call it.
And Elizabethton
3 wides
building
here.
The play from the sideline yet again. And Frank Reed is going to roll up. Kind of just got a 4-1 here look with Fagans as the lone inside linebacker. Try to go to a slant.
Oh, nice play.
He's going to undercut it.
Yep.
And it's going to take somebody chasing him down. But
Harkle
Road will finally tackle Zach Wallen.
Was a nice route, and it was put right on Wallen's hands. You talk about being able to sort of throw a wide receiver open. That's a really good sort of approximation of what that looks like. There was a lot of traffic there, but Slagle was able to put that ball in a place where not only Wallen was the only one that was going to get it, but he was able to catch it in stride and then turn it upfield for a nice gain. And so credit where credit's due there.
You kind of saw they put our linebackers on an island there. Preston Fagan's the lone one, and then finally going back to that slant concept is right here. They're looking for a go ball, trying to test the freshman.
Yep, overthrew it.
And overthrow. So trying to test the freshman Gannon Meyer, but stays true, plays pretty good coverage right there.
Good leverage there, kind of forced that ball to the outside. That would have had to been perfectly dropped in for that to play. So nice play there by Meyer. Got him kind of inside, forced the receiver to go outside, and I think what Slagle really wanted to do is kind of throw that more towards the inside, let his receiver run to it. But Meyer was in good position.
And I'm going to get a chance to brag about the guys that I've had all I can, but Gannon Meyer, and phenomenal athlete, placed 3rd at the high jump this year at 8th grade state. So
it's awesome.
Right there. They're going to try to test him again. Yep. And, again, just trying to pick on this freshman over here.
A little out route there.
Jack Blevins was able to work the sideline there.
Again, good timing there on that route. And Slagle put it right on him. He was able to step out of bounds. Again, threw it away from the defense where only his guy could get it. So Elizabethton kind of marching here on this drive. Again, first drive out of halftime. Already about 4.5 minutes coming off the clock.
And kind of changing what we've seen so far. They've been primarily passing the ball this drive, whereas for the whole entire game, they've been running it as right here.
Oh. Almost dropped it in. Looked like Harkleroyd may have had an opportunity to intercept that. He undercut the play.
Just didn't get his head around quick enough there, but just a little fade route trying to test Harkleroyd.
Yeah, nice coverage there. It would have been a spectacular catch, but Harkleroyd would find himself in good position. That ball just kind of floated and then ended up onto the turf. So 2nd and 10. as you said, Micah, there's been a lot more open offense here, a lot more passing here on this this drive.
And we'll see if they keep that.
Oh, we got a movement first. Yep.
92 jump first, I believe.
And it is going to be a false start. Yep. The hard count.
Good
Sometimes you draw your own guys offside, and that's what happened there in that particular case. Number 92 looks like Calix Doherty, excuse me, the guilty party there. So that's going to move the ball back 5 yards and put Elizabethton now in a 2nd and long, 2nd and 15, right at about the 20-yard line. So Tennessee High maybe going to bring some heat on this play. Again, Elizabethton seems pretty committed to throwing the ball.
Tennessee High going to more of their 4-2 look here, as Slagle has really been slinging the ball this whole entire drive, and his top target this drive has been Zach Wallen.
He's seems to be the guy that he's going to look at first. He's going to be his first read on just about every play. He's got good hands, showing the ability to run after the catch as well. And they got the penalty yardage plus another 5 or 6 there. So it's going to be a 3rd and about 4, it looks like, from inside the Tennessee High 10-yard line. The hurry up and slow down scenario for Elizabethton. Get to the line and then wait for the play to be called. Similar formation. They've been going with this 3-wide formation regularly.
Kind of a pistol set here as they're going to throw. Yet again, he's got the out route wide open to the running back, and it's a one-on-one with Preston Fagans.
Yep.
And the other Wallen will sneak in for his 2nd touchdown,
Yes.
Justice Wallen. So the Wallen's doing damage in the passing game as well as the running game in this one so far.
Nice concept there, too. We had 2 wides there that just kind of cleared that entire area, and then they let Wallen kind of sneak out into the flat, and it was a one-on-one with Fagans, who was maybe just there a hair late. And Wallen was able to fall into the end zone for a touchdown. So pretty major statement drive there for Elizabethton coming out of halftime, knowing that Tennessee High had the momentum, and they snatch it back quickly with a drive all the way down the field.
And
Block extra point.
Nice
job by
Harkleroad. Baron Harkleroad. Yep, great hustle on that one.
One of those plays that can come back to haunt you because, you know, instead of a full 14-point lead, now it's down to 13. Those are the type of plays that can change a game, especially late, when one of those easy points that should be on the board isn't. So nice play there by Huckleroad, a hustle play, and he saves Tennessee High a point there as we now about 4 minutes in here to the 3rd quarter. Tennessee High going to take over. So we'll step aside for a minute, get a few words from our sponsors. We'll be right back here to get you Tennessee High's drive, first of the 3rd quarter.
Individual effort, dedication, and a positive attitude combined with team spirit are the key elements of winners. The Robinette Company has positions available for people who want to join our winning team of over 400 employees. We proudly provide flexible packaging for many of our nation's finest brands like Moon Pie, Royal Oak Charcoal, Pillsbury, King Arthur Flour, Great Value, Food Club, and many others. Apply online at robinettejobs.com today. An equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network as the ball floats almost all the way through the the end zone. Bowers is pretty intent on ensuring that Tennessee High doesn't return any kicks here today. So Tennessee High will take over at the 20. Again, best drive of the half took place right before the half ended, with Tennessee High with a quick strike. Jack Richardson to Riley Price to see if they can capitalize on that. And they are coming out in a 4-wide set.
Kind of curious to see if they're going to maintain that heavy pass set that they had at the end of the half, as Richardson's going to check to the sideline, change the play up a little bit, trade Cooper Boer to the other side, and hand to Boer. And again, just nothing given up front for the Elizabethton front 4. They've been stout all game.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. The front 7 has just kind of plugged everything. They haven't been able to get much momentum going forward there. They're maybe gave them a yard, I think, in that scenario. So, again, got to test it. But Tennessee High is coming out in much more what looks like a passing formation, 4 wide receivers.
As Elizabethton keeping that 4-2 look, as Richardson's going to step up. And
got loose.
He's going to break a couple
of
He's got the edge here and make a move right at the first down marker. And they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him.
So, great moves by Richardson. It looked like he was going to get sacked early there and turned nothing into a large something there. So, again, it looks like Tennessee's High is having a lot more success out in space when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah,
so.
the team speed, I think, is evident there under those circumstances. But Friendship first down there for Tennessee High, and a nice scramble by Richardson.
Yeah, it's right here. Cooper Brewer is going to get the little jab step counter play, and he's going to turn his way forward for about a 4-yard gain.
That's a little more like it. Anytime on first down you're picking up 4 to 5 yards. And, again, you notice that one was a little more off tackle, out to a little bit more of a space. Brewer was able to stick the foot in the ground and get moving forward, and that makes all the difference.
I'll give it to Braden Rainwater, number 59, and Kyler McGovern at D tackle. They have been stout all game long.
Not giving up much through the middle at all.
It looks like they're going to send their inside linebacker, Wallen, and Richardson's just going to throw this one out of bounds.
Yeah, nice play defensively there, kind of stringing things out, kind of a little combination route there. Just looking to get beyond the sticks, but Richardson just didn't have enough time to be able to plant his feet, send it downfield. Did the right thing throwing that one away. There wasn't much available. That wasn't going to put the ball in harm's way. So Tennessee High with a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5, 6:39 to play here in the 3rd. Love to see this drive get extended here on this this play. 'Cause I think staying within a touchdown here I think is really important.
Kind of a bunch set.
Yeah. We got a nice little end around.
He's got
room.
Brewer's going to pick up the block, and Price is going to make a move.
Oh, pretty move.
He's got some room,
yeah.
And Price will finally get tackled inside the 15-yard line. What a play by Riley Price, his second one of the night. Really having a phenomenal game on both sides of the ball, covering on defense, making big plays on offense, and he looks like the biggest speed threat for the Vikings.
Love that play call, and I wish we had replay because I saw offensive lineman blocking somebody 25 yards downfield right there. I couldn't tell if it was either Kobe and number 55 or Allison number 56, but that's a heck of a play. And that allowed Price to kind of cut inside back to the middle. So first down, Tennessee High.
Kind of a counter look, wrapping around Preston Fagans, and gain of just about 3. I mean, it's just hard to run on these interior guys for the Cyclones. I mean, I'll say it again. Rainwater and McGovern are stout tackle duo there in the middle.
Just watching what they're doing, they're anchoring really well, but what they're doing is they're getting their hands on Tennessee High's linemen first.
They're doing a good job at they're getting their violent hands first, and they're staying lower.
Yep.
They're winning the low game up front, and that goes a long way. As right here, Richardson's got Fagans out in the flat. He's got a little bit of room to run, but he will get tackled for a gain of just about a yard.
Yeah, nice play there. Good reaction by the Elizabethton defense after that. Looked like Fagans was going to have some room to roam, but 2 defenders got there pretty quick and held him down to really just about a yard gain. So we've got maybe 2. Yeah, so we've got about 3rd and 6 or 7. Probably 2 down territory here, I would think.
I would say so, especially at this point in the game, trying to match Elizabethton as best you can at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if a field goal does you all that much good here.
Yeah, it's right here. They're going to try to get the edge with Richardson. He's got a man.
They overthrew him.
Sells it.
Yeah.
So it was Price yet again.
Needed to get just a little more air into that ball, maybe kind of drop it to the corner. But, again, cardinal rule right there is just don't put it in a place where the defenders can get a hand on it. So then, again, you live to fight another play. 4th down here and about 7 yards from the 12.
Would almost guarantee another pass right here. So
kind of a tight set with wide receivers in tight and Utzman coming in the back.
Utzman, fake it to Utzman. Give it to Harkleroad. He's got room. He'll make a move, and he's
got a first down.
The first down, so it'll be right at. Yep. First down, Vikings. 1st and goal inside the 5. They're sending in that power formation as just insider information. I know what Viking means. So what? And it looks like they're gonna.
Wow, they really made a as far the.
You're not gonna measure this?
Not even gonna measure it, and.
I mean, I thought he had it.
We're on the far end of the field, and it's about as far away from us as we could possibly get. But it looked like he fell forward and just didn't get a very good spot there. Because, I mean, that's a full yard off of where that was, and it sure looked like he was inside the 3-yard line. So, again, we don't have the best vantage point from where we're at, but that sure seemed like a rough spot for Tennessee High, and their drives comes to an end inside the 5-yard line. So, big play there by Elizabethton to stop Harkley Road, even though I think that may have been a little bit closer than what we ended up with.
They'll hand right here. Fagans is ready for it, and they will down him right at the 1. Preston Fagans, like a heat-seeking missile, was able to tackle Mathis for a loss of about 4. So the Cyclones are really in dangerous territory. The Vikings need to keep them there.
2nd and 14 with just maybe even inside the 1-yard line, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was, truthfully.
So Elizabethton operating out of their end zone.
Fagans was right there at the exchange point.
Yeah, saw that. That's probably film watching there in a lot of cases, knowing exactly where he's going to be in that set.
As looks like they're going deep.
Oh,
they're going real deep. Testing Max Holt.
Oh,
that one falls incomplete, but
almost dropped in.
Ooh, that's one dangerous right there. As
I think Wallen probably wants that one back.
Holt's struggling to get his head around, but
he was right there.
Able to put his hands up. That was smart.
Yep.
If you can't get your head around, stick your hands up.
And he was step for step with him, but that ball almost dropped right into the breadbasket of Wallen. And now Elizabethton's stuck with a 3rd and 14 from their own 1-yard line. So see if they play conservative here, or if they maybe try to get the ball out quick and for a run after the catch. Scenario. But Tennessee High just got to keep everything in front of them here.
This is one as the Vikings you need, as they're going to try to roll out Slagle, and they're going to have him.
It's just, it's just a little too easy there. With the 3rd and 14 and just kind of left that flat area wide open.
That's a tough break right there. You have him pinned back inside the 1 and give up a 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
So
it's good execution and good recognition by Elizabethton there to be able to get the ball out to the open space, and kind of like I was talking about, try to get that ball there and just to be able to turn it upfield. And they're able to escape the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah. And I mean, in a scenario like that, you may like corners given 10 yards of separation. I mean, that really gives a lot of room for the Cyclones to work. So
first down, 16-yard line up the middle there. Nice play again.
Fagans yet again, just all over the field. Plays hard, plays aggressive. Just definition of a football player.
Yeah, his run fits have been spectacular here throughout this game. He's just always seems to be in the right spot. I think there maybe even fell on his the guy's foot when he came down, so he's going to take a little bit of a break. But Tennessee High doing a pretty good job against the run here so far. See if they can tighten up against the pass.
It's right here. They're going to roll Slagle out, try to work this backside with Whitehead, and Whitehead's going to adjust. And
nice job by Harkle Road there.
Safely over his head, but Harkle Road was step for step. He didn't bite at any moves right there. Bit of a double move by Whitehead. Tried to kind of go with a sluggo, faked it inside, then tried to go outside, but Harkle Road step for step.
Yep, that's good recognition there by Harkle Road, knowing that was kind of a little bit of a double move, but he saw it pretty quickly and was able to get back behind that pass of it.
And it wasn't an aggressive sell of a double move. It was just more of Harkle Road didn't bite, which is good.
And again, another 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 plus. Let's see if Tennessee High can get off the field here.
Yeah, and Elizabethton, after really a run-heavy first half, they're spreading it out. As right here, they're going to hit a key screen, and Harkle Road is there. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Cyclones, and an interesting one at that, because it looks like they're trying to be more aggressive, as they will bring out their punt unit.
Yeah,
so.
They get two-score lead. No major onus in trying to push it there. And again, it's kind of a 4th and medium, so they're going to punt it away. See if Utzman can get a return here.
He did last time. It was a pretty good return that really set up that drive, that touchdown drive there at the end of the half.
Ooh, that's a low high snap. It's in the end zone.
And that one.
Oh, he knocked it out
safety.
of the. Yep, safety. That's going to be 2 points for Tennessee High. And
that's a big time break for the Vikings.
And this,
so they get that safety they might have should have had back.
Right. And now that brings that point after miss
to
even more crucial scenarios, because now Tennessee High with 2 touchdowns can take the lead with some room to spare. And actually, with that, we've got a 2-score game with just 11 points. So a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal ties the game up. So that's a big-time play, and one of those scenarios that puts Tennessee High in a much better position now. And again, this one, I've always wondered about this too, as far as when we get to the safety kickoff. A lot of times teams will choose to punt rather than kick off, because the kickoff comes from a deeper position. Punting, the idea being it's going to hang in the air.
I would say with this kicker,
I think that was exactly my point, was getting to Bowers there, who's just been booming kickoffs from the beginning. So I'm assuming he is going to do.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, he's been kicking the ball through the end zone. But now, again, they're kicking off from the 20, so there should be a return opportunity here. And I think the Tennessee High guys maybe need to back up a little bit. Just look at where Price is. They're at the 30-yard line. Under normal circumstances, that might be the play, but I think he's got enough leg to get it over their heads if they're not careful. They are moving backwards now.
And I will say that is a 2 you want back there.
Yeah.
Especially in this situation.
Price and Harkler Road in position to return. So Tennessee High could get really good field position out of this if they can set up a wall. And take advantage of that miscue that Elizabethton had on special teams.
And this one is away.
So it's going to be a good return here.
High kick fielded by Price, and he's going to take off through the middle early.
Yeah, great field position. Yep.
Across the 40.
So Tennessee High starting at their own 42-yard line. Great field position. Opportunity here to cut this lead down. And I would assume you score a touchdown here, you got to go for 2. Cut this down to a 3-point game. Give yourself an opportunity here as we're getting to the latter stages of the third quarter. It's a big drive here for Tennessee High. They put points on the board here. This kind of changes this whole thing up.
I would agree. And maybe even a conversation of trying to sneak in an onside on the next kickoff.
Something to keep in your hip pocket there.
Right here, that'll roll over Music, and Smith will take the handoff. He'll make a good jump step and pick up about 6. So good run by the sophomore.
The best run up the middle we've seen all day, which says something. It was a 6-yard run. But again, I like Smith. He's got some shiftiness to his game. He's a little bit he's built a little lower to the ground than Stallnaker. They both run very hard, but I like his like I said, his kind of lateral movement there. A little jump cut in the hole. Got himself a nice 6-yard gain to start.
That is right here. They'll shift over Day Music yet again, just like they did that previous play, and try to get the outside here with Smith, and he's got a lot of room to run.
Yeah, we're going to get a holding call here. Yep, looks like it.
Might have gotten Price on the edge there.
So that's going to put a little bit of a dent in what Tennessee High was doing. It's going to back them up 10 yards.
That's a tough one too, especially on second down where you just had your best first down run of the game.
Music is the guilty party there. Ooh. I like that play call, though, especially with Smith. He gets to the edge quickly. That had an opportunity to be a big play. But you can also counter that to saying if there was a holding on the play, maybe he gets tackled. That's just how it goes. But anyway, that's going to back Tennessee High up 10 yards, so we're going to see a 2nd and 14 now back inside the Tennessee High's 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's right here. Music's going to go out for quickly just a pass route. And he's going to try to fit it into Fagans.
My
and
goodness.
That's a great
what
play
a great
by
play.
number 23, Jack Blevins. Broke on the ball almost instantly and really stole that ball from Preston Fagans right there.
Yeah.
I don't even think he saw him coming.
We're going to get a little unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there. A little pose after that great defensive play by Jack Blevins.
There, yep.
But he had a little pose down for the Tennessee High sideline after that, and I think it's going to cost Elizabethton 15 yards. Yeah. It was a pose.
Very clear, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pose down that even though it was pretty quick, the intent was definitely there. Yeah. So it's going to cost Elizabethton 15 yards, but that's really a heck of a play. That was a dart that Richardson threw. He just broke right on it.
Extremely quick, and caught it off of a deflection. So even better ball skills there.
So the Tennessee High drive comes to an end, and Elizabethton gets the ball back on the turnover. The Tennessee High defense is going to have to stand strong here. They've done a pretty good job since after those first 2 drives. They've outside of that drive that started the third, See if they've got some answers.
Frank Reed, they're looking to this backside, and that one falls safely incomplete. Meyer was there step for step.
Nice job there by Meyer. Saw that Wallen was pulling up, and I think it was almost really more of a throwaway than anything else. The defense was in good position. There was some good pressure there by Frank Reed. And now Tennessee High again. They've been getting Elizabethton into these second and longs. It's been helping getting the defense off the field. They've been getting pressure kind of sporadically throughout this, but Slagle's also got to be, you got to keep an eye on the fact that he's a pretty good runner.
They got the true 3-3 look here as looks like Frank Reed's going to blitz up the middle, and they're going to try to Dane Music was
almost had it
right there.
Yeah, he almost ran the route for the receiver there.
Had to come back and almost play defense himself right there.
Yeah, he ran the route for him and undercut that. Whitehead did a good job breaking that up more than anything else. Played a little defense, as you said.
Flag down in the backfield here. Look for a hold or.
Looked like a Tennessee High defender was pulled down.
Yeah, it looked like Frank Reed was tackled on his blitz there. As Elizabethton kind of just completely changed their identity in the second half. I mean, that first half, I think they passed it maybe just a handful of times. This one, it's been almost every play.
Yeah, I think they probably passed the ball on that first drive of the third quarter about as much as they did the entire first half.
Yeah, they did. I mean, and I would say they've exceeded double what they did in the first half.
Easily. So. The Tennessee High run defense has been pretty stout. They haven't given up anything really major on the run. So Elizabethton decided to kind of there was a false start there too. I think the wide receiver left early, so it's going to back up Elizabethton 5 more.
That'll bring up a second and about a mile.
It's heading that way for sure. Our guy with the down signal is significantly behind the chains, to say the least. It's 2nd and 25, folks. So quarter mile, maybe at least.
Don't see that every day.
Again, it's second down. So again, defensively here, the big thing is they're probably going to try to throw these flat routes here. So just run up and tackle and make sure that you're not giving up huge amounts of yards.
They've really liked to work the edge right here. So right here they'll handle.
Nice play.
Great play by Cooper Boer and Frank Reed, and don't want to be doing any of that.
So nice play by Reed. Big time play. So now, again, it's third and even further.
Yeah.
Right? So over 25 yards, closer to 30. So
third in the parking lot.
Would not be surprised to just see a draw play here. And I think Tennessee High is going to have to call a timeout. They had too many men on the field there. So first time out of the half with 30 seconds to go. We'll step aside for just a minute, get a couple of words from our sponsors. We'll be back here shortly on the Viking Sports Network.
Injuries don't wait. Why should you? At Appalachian Orthopedics, we're proud to offer access to an orthopedic specialist whenever you need it. Simply walk into any of our orthopedic urgent care clinics, call for a same-day appointment, or connect with an orthopedic specialist 24/7, 365 days a year for free virtual support through OrthoCare Now. Learn more at AppalachianOrthopedics.com or scan the QR code.
At Toyota of Bristol, we know our town is a good place to live, but it's a better place to buy a pre-owned car. From our huge selection to inspections by our factory-certified technicians and quality you can trust. We give you more, so let's go places. Shop Toyota of Bristol.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network.
Injuries.
Third down and 25 for Elizabethton here. Tennessee High's defense looking to get off the field. Just an 11-point game. It's a two-possession game. It's been after two fairly methodical drives on the first two attempts. Elizabethton took a 14-0 lead. Tennessee High's been battling ever since. With a safety on the last possession, has crawled back into an 11-point lead. So just a quick quarterback drive. Yep. That's all that's going to be, and really didn't get much anything.
Will get it quick, and Fagans will meet him there.
Nicely done by the Tennessee High defense there. Really not giving an inch, and Elizabethton with a couple of penalties there, kind of shot themselves in the foot. This is going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Just an 11-point game with Tennessee High going to start the fourth quarter with the ball after an Elizabethton punt. So stick with us here. We got ourselves a ball game at the Stone Castle. We're going to step aside in the quarter change. We'll be back here shortly. Stick with us here on the Viking Sports Network. Fourth quarter upcoming.
It all began right here in 1993 at a single Ford store in Bristol, Tennessee.
Rain or shine, Bristol has Ford.
With Friendship's great deals and legendary customer service, we've now grown to 21 locations, 9 cities, in 5 states. Anywhere you are, any car you want, you've got a friend nearby.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. Fourth quarter action about ready to get underway. I'm your host, CJ Manahan, alongside Micah Kennedy. Micah, it's been an up-and-down affair for the for Tennessee High this evening. There have been some really good moments. There's been kind of some stalled-out moments. I think maybe what's sticking out is the defense has really kind of found its footing, and the offense is starting to click. So an opportunity here to maybe steal one here in the fourth quarter.
And, I mean, you ask around the community, people say, hey, Tennessee High's playing Elizabethton this week. Everybody goes, oh.
Yeah.
Could be tough, but, I mean, they've played an excellent game so far.
Yeah, an opportunity here for some decent field position, too. Get a return on this. Utzman's a dangerous guy with the ball in his hand. If he can get an opportunity.
I can tell you that firsthand. That's right here.
Nice punt.
That's a high one. I just fair catch that one safely.
Nice play. Again, 40-yard line, so Tennessee High with good field position, but a really nice punt there by Whitehead. Got good hang time on it and kind of forced Utzman just to kind of fair catch that one and let Tennessee High's offense get back on the field. Interested to see what they're going to do here. They've had success throwing the ball through the middle of the field. They've had a little bit of success running to the kind of the edges, and here we see a much more tight set.
And Elizabethton trying to match it as best they can. They're going to jet Harkle Road, hand back into Smith, and that play will be brought out quick by Legend Pate, a freshman playing on both sides of the ball. So
Smith falls forward for about a gain of 3. Second down and 7 or 8, somewhere in that range. Tennessee High breaks the huddle. Same formation, 2 wide receivers to the short side, and Music as the H-back to the left.
Motion over Harkle Road yet again. They'll go with that jet
sweep.
Look,
He's got the edge.
Got a lot of room. If Smith can pick up a block for him, and he will.
Oh,
and
nice.
Break a couple tackles. And, looks like they called something at the end of this run here.
Yeah, couldn't quite. Again, that's on the far side of the field from us, and there's a lot of traffic in the way, but it looks like that's probably going to come back, unless there was a face mask.
I unfortunately don't believe that's a call. I think they're going to get a block in the back somewhere on the edge, maybe on Smith, trying to hit the edge there.
They've had success with that jet sweep in a couple of different scenarios. Of course, we went with a traditional reverse with Price on that long run a couple of drives ago. But
and then back to the jet sweep with Harkle Road at the goal line there. And close to the first down, who knows?
Yep.
We're far away, but that's a drive killer, and this game could be
they're picking it up. All right.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
That's good news.
That is going to be a first down, I believe. It will. It's going to move the ball inside. It's interesting. I always love the psychology of that. Why would you throw a flag if there was no penalty?
Yeah.
I'm just going to pick it up.
Sure.
Just going to pick it up. I thought I saw it and then decided, nope, maybe that's not it. So anyway, works to Tennessee High's advantage here as they have moved into Elizabethton territory. 4 wides.
Yeah, kind of that just trips look, hand downhill.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Richardson fooled me, but he'll get out of bounds quick, gain of about 2.
Yeah, picked up 2. Got more than they would have had in that, because I think that play was going to get stacked up in the backfield, and good pull by Richardson there.
They've done a pretty good, again, Elizabethton just, those 2 defensive tackles in the middle have been stout all night. But, getting Richardson out on the edge has had a little bit more success.
It has. So 2nd and 8, under 11 to go in the 4th. Tennessee High with kind of a tight set, again, bringing Harkle Road in motion.
Fake it to Harkle Road, give it back to Smith, and he'll have the best run of the night up the middle, right around the first down marker, but I don't believe they're going to give it to him.
Maybe just a hair shot, yep. Nice play there. I like the motion. Of course, they've had success putting the ball in Harkley Road's hands, trying to get him to the edge, and I think Elizabethton now has to account for that. And then Smith got a good head of steam going and picked up about 8 on that play. So 3rd and very short. Inside, I'd say it's probably even less than a yard. The clock keeps ticking down. Richardson brings the play in.
And again, it looks like that heavy power formation. Running to the ball quick. The Cyclones are going to try to match, and Richardson will turn around and hand to
nothing there.
Cooper Boer, and just nothing given.
All right, so I think that the plan there was to try to pick that up on 3rd, but if you don't, you keep it tight and maybe here on 4th try to get to the edge.
Yeah, and maybe like right there too. I saw something initially. We had a good push, but then it was quickly brought in the exchange point. If Richardson just goes forward immediately there, maybe a different result.
That's a fair statement. So a little different, heavier package to the left with both Music and Fagans there, but just the single back. Music's going to come in motion.
As it looks like they're just going to try to hand to Boer, and he's going to try to get this edge, but that's snuffed out quick by Legend.
I don't necessarily I actually like the call in terms of the success has been when we've tried to get to the edge, but I think Elizabethton kind of saw that with the way that we set up there, going away from the heavy package and just kind of going with the single back.
Yeah.
The keys were definitely there. They did a nice job stringing that out, and Boer really just didn't have much of a chance. So good play by the Elizabethton defense, and that's going to cause a turnover back to the Cyclones. Give credit where credit's due. And I think, again, you back to your point, we didn't run the ball up the middle. There's a reason.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The front 7, but really the 2 D tackles for Elizabethton have just made it really hard to run up there, and Tennessee High trying to get to the edge fails in that scenario. So the ball back to the Cyclones.
And
there's Frank Reed.
Yep, quick by Frank Reed. He's had back-to-back good plays here now.
In the backfield, made a nice kind of knifing move into the backfield. And that's what you got to do going up against Jaden Wallen. You got to get him stopped before he can get moving, because that guy's a load. They're going to rotate Mathis back in.
Again, they're shiftier guy of the 2 tonight.
True. Yeah, got good feet. But again, Tennessee High has done a really good job on first down, keeping Elizabethton in 2nd and long. So expect to probably see a pass play here, and that's what we're going to see.
Here, yeah, they're going to just try to get the end. And great
nice
catch
play
by, again, Zach Wallen. He climbed the ladder and was able to secure that one.
Nice play. Good timely pass there by Slagle as well. Put it right on Wallen's hands. And that's the one thing we've noticed with him. If you can get it down to where he can catch it, he has got great hands. And he's probably been targeted 10 times here this evening. Some of those passes have gone high and out of his catch radius. We went long on one here against Max Holt, and he almost dropped that one in as well. So he's been an interesting guy to watch. He's a good route runner, it looks like. He's got great hands. Definitely has the trust of his quarterback.
And I don't know that he's had any really true drops all night.
No, I don't believe so.
As far as that goes, as right here they'll hand to Mathis. And that was met after a gain of about 3 by Riley Price first.
Nice job by Ryan Samora getting into the backfield there again. He's been effective on the defensive line here this evening.
And Elizabethton slowing it down after the past couple drives. They've been quick to the line, building formations pretty quickly. Slowing it down, starting to do that power run that they were doing in that first half, trying to control the clock a little bit more.
So we are going to tick under 8 minutes here on this particular play. Pick up a 3 on the last one, 2nd and 7.
See how it looks to roll up Riley Price off this edge here. And Elizabethton is going to hand to Mathis.
It's a hold up front, yeah, for sure.
Quite a lot of room, but looks like a missed tackle out here on Riley Price.
Yeah.
As that tackle just slung him to the ground.
Yeah, the Tennessee High coaches here right next door calling for a hold, and I definitely agree. I was watching what they were watching, and some of our interior linemen definitely trying to get off the block and had his jersey tugged. Definitely allowed that play to pick up 5, but it was not called on the field. So we're going to get 3rd and 2 from the Tennessee High 40-yard line. Big play here. See what Tennessee High can do against us, because he's got all the plays in the playbook open here.
Yeah, as right here they're going to kind of go to that more of just a straight give to Mathis, and we're
I think
there.
he got it.
I don't
no,
believe
didn't
he
really
got
get
it
it
at
anything.
all.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down. There's Samora again, making a nice play inside.
And he's got to come out, unfortunately, for a play after playing a stout drive so far.
Yeah, so they're going to basically put that as no gain. And now we've got a 4th and 2. I don't know, Elizabethton, do they punt here?
I think they're going to try to
looks like they're
go
for it.
This is a huge play for the Vikings. Ooh. They'll catch that one quick. Elizabethton was going to try to catch the 12 men on the field, but luckily the Vikings escape with a timeout. But that's a costly timeout to use in that
now
situation.
down to 1. All right, so we'll step aside. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll be back here shortly on the Viking Sports Network.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Under the lights of the Stone Castle, Viking pride shines.
And Johnny Brusco's is proud to be part of every moment.
From big wins to family dinners, it's where we come together.
Johnny Brusco's, we're on your team.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. 6 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Crucial play as Elizabethton leads 20-9. 4th and 2. Big play for the Tennessee High defense. See if they can make a stop here.
And I'm noticing they're bringing in Wallen again. I wonder if they'll go back to that direct snap look that they scored on earlier.
Oh, ball's loose.
Tried to. It looks like that's what they tried to do, as it didn't look like Slagle was expecting a snap, and that one falls to the ground, and the Vikings will take over on downs.
And he is getting after his center, which basically tells us that that's exactly what they were trying to do, was go to that direct snap to Wallen. Micah was all over this. He's seen a player or two in this scenario, so he's doing his best Tony Romo up here, right? Calling plays up before they happen.
Back in my day.
That's all right. We endorse that around here. So fantastic. Tennessee High catches a break, and now they've got an opportunity here to cut into this lead.
Tennessee High going to that wing look as they're going to bring Dane Music, and Richardson's going to dump it down. Music's going to make a move and pick up a gain of about 5 or 6.
Nice play on 1st down. Tennessee High maybe going to speed things up here a little bit. Music did a good job kind of shaking the defender and was able to fall forward for about a gain of 5 or 6.
So they've been used to him rapping all night, and he kind of just sneaks innocently out to the flat. Makes a pretty good gain right there. Music's another one who, hey man, he does all the dirty work.
He does.
I'll give it to him. He blocks a ton, so got to reward him every now and then.
Yeah, guy that's built a reputation on special teams, but has become really a kind of an integral part of both the offense and defense here for the Vikings.
Right here, Richardson's going to drop back, but he's got room to run over here. He's going to try to dump it down.
There he goes.
He dumps it down to
Music can't get a block. Yep, there goes Music.
He's got plenty of room, and he's got one man to beat. He will get in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Dane Music makes a nice move on the sideline. Richardson does a great job of improvising and dumping it down to him. The Vikings are still well in this football game.
What a great block downfield as well to spring him, and Music made the most of that. Nice play by Richardson too, recognizing where the line of scrimmage was, and I think he was tempted to take off, but as the defense kind of sucked up to him, he was able to drop it over the top to Music, and Music just did the rest. And again, a really nice block downfield. I didn't catch who it was, but that was an excellent block there on the sideline to be able to spring him all the way to the end zone.
I want to point out a little bit. Music got up with kind of a limp the play before after catching that flat route. Didn't look like he had any hindrance on speed on that one.
No, that'll make you feel good for sure. All right, 2-point conversion here, which could bring this to a 1-possession game.
Right here, Richardson's going to roll out to the right. If there's nothing there,
no, that's incomplete.
batted down.
And it is a 1-possession game, thinking it was going to get down to a field goal. So anyway, but that's a big, quick strike for Tennessee High. Brings this down to a 5-point game, and now this is exactly what you want, an opportunity here to get your defense out. Defense has been kind of the stout part of what Tennessee has brought to the table this evening. If they can somehow force a turnover, whether it's on downs or in any other scenario here, Tennessee has an opportunity here to come in and steal this. Coming from 20-7 down, they have scored the last 8 points. See what Elizabethton has up their sleeve, and now you kind of wonder about it. Do they go back to that kind of open style now that it seemed to be what they were having most success with? The last time they went with more of a ground and pound and ended up turning it over on down. So we'll see what Coach Witten's going to do against this Tennessee High defense.
Yeah, I mean, it begs you with a ton of questions, as this is not in the slightest a comfortable ball game.
No, Tennessee has done a good job of hanging around, and then they've made a couple of big plays in key moments to keep this game within one score. An opportunity here with a stop on defense and still a timeout, just under 6 to go. Going to be a great finish here at the Stone Castle.
As Dishner looks to pin this one back deep. And
nice line drive
gets
kick.
a lot of this one. This is fielded at the 10 by Mathis. Mathis is going to try to make a move to the inside, cut outside, and he will be met by Cooper Boer.
Right about the 30-yard line. So Tennessee High's defense, an opportunity here to get this ball back for their offense. Again, with Jack Richardson now with 2 touchdown passes on the evening, both of pretty long variety. Been 40 yards plus on both of them, I believe. So defense now has got to stand strong, get this ball back for their offense. Again, with only one timeout, they can't be giving up too many first downs here because you're going to end up having to use that timeout on defense. So we'll see what Elizabethton decides to do. Looks like they're going to go with more of a heavy run set here on this first down.
Wallen back in the backfield. And they're sticking to that formation where they're going to bring in an extra receiver here. Price is rolling up as well as Frank Reed, and Boer
did a good job.
Push him out of bounds, gain of about 2.
Yeah, kind of a minimal gain.
Lost contained there for a little bit there, but was able to make up for it with speed.
And I think you're going to see more of that. Tennessee High kind of desperate to get the ball back. They're going to be walking up their safeties to try to be able to come off the edge and maybe disrupt any type of interior run, but also try to get after Slagle here if they decide to put the ball in the air.
Still plenty of time left. I wouldn't be overly aggressive. Just try to play defense. Just, keep them in front of you. That's all you can do at this point. Try to force a 4th down. Try to force a turnover. As right here, Slagle's going to look to the middle of the field, and he'll hit a slant over the middle to Whitehead.
It's going to be just
short of the first down.
Depends on where they spot that. They're going to give it to him, looks like.
Okay.
Yep, there's nose just to the ball, just to the 40, so it is going to be a first down. Key note, though, on that first down play, that ball ended up going out of bounds, so it did stop the clock. Now, again, clock stops, obviously, to set the change, but that first down play only took a couple of seconds off the clock, so not a huge loss. But, again, Tennessee High, in that scenario where they're going to have to get a stop here in the fairly early phase to be able to get the ball back with enough time to threaten Elizabethton.
And it looks like Elizabethton's going to try to go back to that passing game, as right here they're trying to take a shot down the field at Gannon.
Oh, my goodness, what a catch.
What a catch by Justin Whitehead, reaching out and grabbing that one on the sideline.
Yeah, dropped it right in the bucket right there, and Whitehead was able to get kind of semi-dive for it, but got both hands on it, was able to wrap it in, and that's a huge play for Elizabethton with Slagle dropping that ball over the top. Nice play there by Whitehead. Just had just enough separation against Meyer to be able to reach out and grab that one. Now Elizabethton very likely going to go to more of the ground and pound here, that they're in Tennessee High territory with the clock ticking.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that one falls the way it does, but still a chance here to stop them with still over 4 minutes to go on the clock. It's right here. They're going to try to hit a little bubble screen out here to Whitehead, try to reward him, and they're going to miss that one. That's a first down, Elizabethton. So
pretty obvious block in the back right there that wasn't called. Music had made a nice break on the ball, and the Elizabethton offensive player, that's one that you got to call.
Yeah, I mean, especially in this situation. I mean, that's a crucial point in the game, and you're going to miss one like that, and you're right in front of it too.
Yeah,
I mean,
looking right at it. So
sometimes I wonder if these referees get just as caught up in the entertainment of the game as everybody else.
I mean,
we're miss things like this.
Dealing with human beings here for sure.
As right here, they're going to do the wrap to Wallen. He's going to have plenty of space and rumble down inside the 5-yard line. Looks like he'll be right at the first down marker. First and goal, Elizabethton. So, shoo.
Yeah, just a pretty crazy turn of events. Long pass to move the ball downfield. A fairly obvious block in the back call not called. Now Elizabethton's second down, just outside.
Shorter than I
and they
thought he was.
They can get a first down here.
And I would almost guarantee that they're going to hand to Mathis with the wrap, the H back inside, as that's exactly what they're going to do. But he's going to power forward for the first down.
So the clock is ticking away. We're going to tick under 3 minutes to go. I don't know if they gave him much there. No, it's going to end up being...
I thought he had enough for the first down, but...
3rd down and 1, it appears.
Again, this angle's a little hard from our vantage point.
Yeah, we're not looking down the line here. We're sitting right about the 50-yard line, so anything on this side of the field is moving away from us.
They're just going to do a straight give with Slagle, and he's going to lunge his way in for a touchdown. And the Cyclones answer.
Kind of fitting.
Crucial moment for him.
Kind of fitting, as Slagle's been kind of the engine here for this Elizabethton offense, and when he's making plays, whether it's on the run or through the air, he's been really effective all night long. He's really stood out as the guy that's kind of made this Elizabethton offense really work. So credit where credit's due there as they line up for the extra point, and this is going to push the Elizabethton lead. Assuming it's made.
And
I don't think that was made.
Wide left.
Yeah, that was no good. So the lead stays at 11. So still technically a touchdown and a field goal difference. But Tennessee High is going to have to do things quickly here with only 2 minutes and 34 seconds left and only one timeout. So we'll step away, get a couple of final words from our sponsors here this evening. We'll be back here shortly on the Viking Sports Network.
Whatever you call it, at Toyota of Bristol, we got it. Whether you're looking for the hottest models or the latest rides, the perfect family adventurer or a road trip champion, it's all yours. Find your new Toyota from Toyota of Bristol today. We give you more.
Who's that dog? It's Friendship Dog. He's the king of friendship. Dog knows cars and dog knows deals. That's why dog runs Friendship. You let that dog run that store? Not just one, he runs a bunch more. Friendship Dog, get off that core. Go sniff out some deals. No one beats this dog you see. It's Friendship, best price guarantee. Who's that dog? It's Friendship Dog. He's the king of friendship.
Welcome back to the Viking Sports Network. Elizabethton with a 26-15 lead over Tennessee High after that last touchdown by Rhett Slagle. Getting ready to kick off. These have not been returnable this evening from the 40. Tennessee High did get a return from after the safety, but I would expect that Bowers, who's been pretty consistent throughout the evening, is going to find the end zone here, and he does exactly that. So Tennessee High will get the ball at the 20-yard line, 2 minutes and 34 seconds, and one timeout. So going to see what kind of what the open passing offense looks like here. Kind of interested to see how they're going to attack the Elizabethton defense, and if Elizabethton's going to play maybe a little bit looser with a 2-score lead and only 2.5 minutes to go, or if they're going to stay with their base.
This is a big length to drive here, especially this late in the game, as they're going to trade over Price, and Richardson's going to look down the sideline.
Oh, he's got him.
He's
got Harkleroad by himself. Yep.
Touchdown. Yep. He will not be caught. That's a quick answer by the Vikings and a great post concept. They fake the jet sweep to Riley Price, and Harkleroad is wide open. The corner falls to the ground, and hold on a second.
Yeah, this game is not over by any stretch. That was a
dime.
13, a 13-second drive.
And I'll go ahead and say it. This late in the fourth quarter, player of the game, Jack Richardson.
Yeah, Jack Richardson finding his footing here, and he has hit 3 long passes for touchdowns, including that 80-yarder. And again, I think unfortunately the corner ended up trying to turn, and it looks like he's got cramp going on, and that happens in these late stage games. We got players on both sides laying on the field, getting stretched out. It's not a hugely, not a hot night, but it's been kind of consistently, through the process in the 70s, and now probably dipped down into the 60s here as we have passed the 9 o'clock hour. But yeah, absolutely a huge play for Tennessee High. Exactly how you draw it up, and a beautiful pass by Richardson, dropped it right on Harkleroad in stride. And he just ran away from the defense, bringing Tennessee High back within 5 And again, probably going to go for 2 here as well, I would suspect.
And I would almost anticipate the onside kick.
Yeah, in this case, yeah, with only 1 timeout left and
100%.
Just with only 2:21 left.
It's just
just whether you can execute it or not. But
get people to just here's onside kick, one of the hardest things to do in football.
Yeah. And it's gotten harder.
You need hard hitters up front to just take out that first line and then get some speed to try to maybe field that ball.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that it's. I think, especially maybe not so much now, especially at the NFL level, where they've they've really monkeyed with it to the point where it's really hard to. I remember back in the day when you had the hands team out there, and you just knew that was going to turn into a car wreck. And I guess in some ways it was kind of fun to watch, but I understand why they've kind of legislated that out of the game, because it was one of those plays where people were going to get hurt. So, 2-point conversion, Stallnaker and Richardson in the backfield.
Straight roll for Richardson, try to get the edge here. They're looking backside. Richardson's going to try to keep it. He's going to throw it late, and just that one will fall incomplete.
All right.
Again, I mean, they're still in a situation where a touchdown after an onside kick, of course, wins it.
Yep, absolutely. So no reason not to go for 2 there, just to see if you could pull it into within 3. But now this gets really interesting. Still a lot of time left, 2 minutes and 21 seconds because of that quick strike, and Tennessee High back within 5. But dare I say, a coming out party here for Jack Richardson this evening. When he's had time to kind of drop back and just let it fly, he's shown a really good arm strength and really good accuracy as well. And he's put the ball right on his receivers. So we got a touchdown to Price, we got a touchdown to Music, and now we got a touchdown to Harkley. So he's spreading it around. Huge confidence boost for the Tennessee High passing game as this game has progressed. So you'd love to see that, especially with teams that talking about Richardson, who played some last year but didn't play a ton. He finds his footing as an athletic guy back there. He's gonna be a problem.
And I mean, that's one thing I noticed last year. I mean, he could really spin the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's hard. It was hard to stay hot last year whenever you're rotating in and out.
Sure.
And now as the game has progressed, he's really found his step and he's able to hit on throws there. Last year, when you're coming off the bench on and off here, it's hard to stay warm.
Ball's
right
loose.
There, Hill.
Ooh,
that would have been as not an onside kick.
Nope.
So we're just gonna go try
to play
D.
D. Yeah, with only 2:18 left and 1 timeout. So we'll see if that pays off. So we're going to end up. You're going to see the Tennessee High defenders really trying to rip at the ball here to try to get it loose. And Elizabethton probably going to go fairly. Well, you never know. I mean, I'm an advocate in these positions. If you feel good about your quarterback and his ability to throw it,
let him throw it.
I love a first down throw here to try to ice this thing. But again, I'm aggressive natured, I guess, when it comes to those types of things.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
As right here, they're just going to try to hand it off, and Wallen's going to make a couple moves inside, and he will pick up enough for the first down.
Really nice run right there. In that case, was able to evade the initial surge by the Tennessee High defensive line. Made a nice little cut in the hole, and that doesn't make things academic, but pretty close. With Tennessee High only 1 timeout left and 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, this is
now
one
the clock
of those
is running.
Where they're going to just drain as much of this clock as they can, and even if they do stop them on 3 plays here, that 4th down punt will almost certainly leave the Vikings with no time whatsoever.
Yeah. Almost really got to force a turnover here. Elizabethton, I'm sure, is talking about that in their huddle, is to be able to cover the ball up with 2 hands. You don't necessarily need yardage here. You just need to make sure that you don't put the ball on the ground.
Because right here, the Vikings are going to roll over a few more, as they got 5 in the box now. They're going to hand to Wallen. Wallen is going to pick up a gain of about 2.
Falls forward for 2, and there's the timeout. So minute 30 left. Again, with 2 downs to go, just not much time is going to be left, even if Tennessee High can force a 4th down punt. That's their last opportunity to stop the clock. So, interesting scenario here as Tennessee High is, again, almost completely reliant here on a turnover if they're going to get the ball back. So minute 33 left. Again, give a ton of credit to this Viking defense.
Oh, for
they
sure.
They have really stuck in hard all the way through this thing.
And they have responded in times of adversity. And for a football team who last week things didn't go your way, to respond the way they have tonight with a lot more of a physical game plan, and they've looked a lot more confident tonight. They've answered. They've never been out of this game.
No, they've never allowed, even after a slow start where they got down 14-0. They've outscored Elizabethton since then, 21-12. So there's something to be built on here for sure against a quality Elizabethton opponent for sure, no question.
Yeah, and I mean, just proud of the way these young men showed up tonight and played really hard for a team that a lot of people in the area again were looking at going, ooh.
Yeah.
Could be a tough one, but I mean, the Vikings, they played to the challenge, and they very well could have overcame this one.
Yeah, something to build off of for sure. And then obviously the offensive staff has got to be ecstatic about what Jack Richardson's brought to the table here this evening. Obviously, we don't have stats in front of us. Excuse me, but
well over. I mean,
yeah, got to be close
200
yards for sure and 3 touchdowns. So. Big time implications going forward in terms of what he can bring to the table.
But again, I would say player of the game tonight would go to Richardson as Slagle. Oh, we got a 4th down coming up.
Yep, nice play there. And 4th down, so I think Elizabethton is going to run this down and then just take a timeout. There's going to be maybe 15 seconds left. Now we've got a stoppage of play here. I don't know exactly why. Referee's going to tell us something.
Please reset the game clock, too. Knew it was coming.
Yeah. So that's going to allow, 25 more seconds to come off? So somewhere in there. So I would assume Elizabethton's going to let this run down to right about 20 seconds and then kick this away.
I could definitely see that as I'm overhearing the coaches to our left saying they might just try to run it out and then just throw it up as high as they can in the air and out of bounds.
Yeah.
Which if they do that.
That's in it. That's I mean, if he gets outside the pocket, that's fine.
Yeah, I know, but
if he doesn't, then
that's intentional
grounding. Yeah.
Gotta play.
So they're letting the clock run down, and I think they are going to call a timeout here. A little gamesmanship. And there is 5. Well, they're going to reset this. Clock is still running.
Right.
I think about 7 seconds, I think. Seven seconds left. So, this is one of those interesting scenarios to see what exactly Tennessee High is going to do. You got to set up a return, or maybe you try to get out of bounds really quickly.
The old Music City Miracle comes to mind. I mean, you gotta have one guy that fields it and another guy trailing, and just try to lateral it across the field and try to set something up.
I mean, you go for a punt block here. I think that's probably what I would do, is line up everybody there and make them try to punt it quickly. But even then, 7 seconds, there's only going to be maybe time for one play, maybe, depending on what happens there. So this is one of those weird places as a coach that, you got to be able to. They've already had a punt or a long snap go over the punter's head.
I would say honestly, kick it as high out of bounds as you can.
Yeah. And maybe they're just going to try to run this thing, try to pick up a first down and end it. Yeah, they're not in punt formation at all, but unless they may just snap this to the kicker.
Slagle may be running around.
Yep, or they may just go direct snap to him and let him kick it. We'll see.
It's like they're scooting him up. So,
they didn't really like that formation there, so they're going to get a timeout as well. All right, we'll take one final break here. Step away for just a second. Stick with us for the last 7 seconds of this really good contest between Elizabethton and Tennessee High.
The Robinette Company supports Viking athletics. We are one of the Tri-Cities' premier manufacturing companies with over 400 skilled and dedicated employees. Just like the Viking athletes, training, dedication, and teamwork are the cornerstones of our success. We supply flexible packaging to many of our nation's finest products, such as Moon Pie, Royal Oak Charcoal, Pillsbury, King Arthur Flour, Great Value, Food Club, and many others. Join our winning team and apply online at therobinettecompany.com. An equal opportunity employer. Go Vikings!
The Viking Sports Network, 7 seconds left, and Elizabethton, after 2 timeouts, is going to come out here and try to figure out how they're going to use these last 7 seconds. Play some keep away here. Could possibly be just a quick pooch kick by the quarterback. That's kind of the way maybe I would go with it, but we'll see exactly how they decide to go.
It's right here. They're going to drop Slagle back. He's going to run around and just throw it as far as he can out of bounds. They got a second left.
Should be 1 second left, and that's an opportunity. There should be 1 second left.
There should be 1 second.
That ball hit the ground, and there was still time on the clock.
That's 1 second. And if there is 1 second, Elizabethton could also get a 15-yard penalty for already being on the field here.
Yeah.
So, just saying. They're going to talk this one over. I believe there's a second.
Yeah,
there's
1 second. Yeah, all right. So Tennessee High's going to get an opportunity here. It's the right call. I was watching the clock very closely, and that ball very, very obviously hit the ground with 1 second left. So
this
game's not over yet.
See this every now.
It's not over yet. Tennessee High going to get their ball back in Elizabethton territory at the 43-yard line. So could definitely, with Richardson's arm, can definitely get this to the end zone. So this is the old situational play. Can they get the ball off quick enough with enough can guys get downfield quick enough? Looks like Elizabethton's only going to rush 3.
Tennessee High kind of going to a tighter look than what I would have thought, but I would almost guarantee they're all gunning for the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Going to motion over Harkle Road.
1 second left. Richardson step back. Going to let one fly. He's got Price there. Ooh, just a little bit to his far left. So Price was kind of busting open, but Elizabethton able to knock that down, and that is going to end the ball game. What an exciting ball game from top to bottom. Both Tennessee High and Elizabethton going kind of nose to nose. Tennessee High started the game down 14-0, stormed back, and we've got a.
I want to highlight one thing before this game we go off the air here. Jack Richardson, players drop their head after the ball falls incomplete. He's lifting players up, saying, keep your head up, and he's going over, he's congratulating the Cyclones on a well-fought game. That's leadership right there, and I'm proud to highlight him, and I'm personally proud to name him the player of the game for sportsmanship and for just being a football player.
Overall play, yeah. So a lot to build on here for the Vikings after that, like I said, fighting through a monsoon in the first game. But Tennessee High does drop to 0-2. Next week, they will be taking on another local yet non-conference opponent with Science Hill rolling into town. That game will be will definitely be here on the Viking Sports Network. We'll be here at the Stone Castle. So we appreciate everybody being here with us tonight. Tennessee High falls 26-21 in what was a wild game between the Vikings and the Elizabethton Cyclones. We're going to sign off here this evening. As always, I'm your host, CJ Manahan, along with Micah Kennedy. We'll catch you guys again next week. As always, Viking Pride.